Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spawncast episode 284. There's actually a lot we're going to be covering here tonight in about 2 hours before we go into the after show, because a lot of stuff actually happened this week. Sometimes we're trying to look for topics to talk about. Now we have actually too many, and I had to leave a couple out to try to fit it in the time slot. But just reminders, we have the pre-show and we have an after show. OJ held up the pre-show. How we doing, OJ? How's everything over there with that?
Was really good today. I think we almost peaked at the most viewers we've had. It was like nearly 500. So it was,
wow,
it's,
okay.
It's getting a lot. Like it was like almost 500 today. So yeah, thank you guys for coming out to the pre-show. I do appreciate it, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me on once again.
Yeah, so we have like a whole block of streaming from the pre-show into this show, and then we have Sean's after show, like
Super Saturdays
takeover.
Yeah, 4 hours of content every.
The pre-show starts at about 7 Eastern. 7 Eastern.
Okay. Wow. All right. So we do that, and then we go into this. And then we go into Sean's like hour or two of.
I try to keep it doing
randomness and wild. How are we doing over there, Sean?
Doing all right. Playing a strategy RPG game right now for review.
Same here, bro.
Okay. OJ, let the gate open for you there.
He did. He let me in.
Okay.
Let him in.
You're allowed to enjoy it. You're allowed.
Okay.
For right now, I might close that shit. Shut. Depending on how your review works out here.
Let me go over here. We got Miss Click. Very wow, a lot of stuff going on behind you.
Yeah, I can stop it if it's distracting for y'all. I'm in a tent setup right now, so I'm, we're here. Hi. Missed you guys last week.
Good to have Click here. We got Nate the Hate. How we doing, Nate?
I'm enjoying a nice glass of anisette and watching baseball.
I don't know what you just said, but you're still alive. So
anisette.
Yes, anisette. You never drank anisette?
I don't know. You're making words up. I'm a 1,000,000% positive.
Nate always doing like hardcore East. Nate always doing like hardcore East Coast.
It's an Italian after dinner drink.
He's always doing
it's
like hardcore
liqueur.
East Coast stuff, dude. Every time, dude.
Sean, drop the anisette bomb.
I mean, I'm familiar with it, but I don't drink it.
Of course you don't.
What is it?
You're more of an after dinner.
Is it too classy or
beverage.
too trashy for you?
Too classy.
Okay.
I like cheap beer and cheap liquor.
Okay.
Cheap
What about Sambuca?
No, just give me vodka with very little Sprite, or give me some Natty Light or something. I'm good.
God, Natty Light.
Natty Light.
Sean's just drinking out in the backyard.
Just drink water at that point.
Nah, you gotta get like the ice too, like the Beast Ice, Milwaukee's best ice. That's really good because it'll get you drunk. Or you can just go with the King Cobra.
Good to see Nate made it here after the fallout from the direct.
What fallout?
My Batman.
I said one game was going to be there, and it was. It's not my fault. People don't know the definition of a prediction.
Why don't you just take the L like Jeff Grubb, bro?
I have no L to take. I said
my Batman?
Rabbids 2 would be there, which was very clearly in the episode of what we know, and then predictions and speculations, and in the what we know section, it was Rabbids 2 and It Takes Two.
Listen.
Hey, I said Pikmin 4.
Horrible, by the way.
Jordan did say Pikmin 4.
I said Pikmin 4 is a joke, but it really was there. So was it a joke?
Never know.
It was a joke.
We got Dreamcast guy here.
Hello. I'm also playing that same strategy game, but I'm playing on a PS5.
Oh, okay. We have Jordan Fringe.
Yeah, that's me. I'm here. Hello.
Good to have Jordan here. And then we got Evan holding it down over there.
Yep.
So, like I said, there was a lot of stuff that happened. We had that Nintendo Direct. It was a full general Direct. We had a State of Play that I think actually surprised a lot of people.
Hell yeah.
We had just the overall Tokyo Game Show, which I think this is one of the best Tokyo Game Shows I can remember in quite some time.
Yeah, I don't recall the last Tokyo Game Show that was actually like where they cared.
Yeah, there was notable stuff coming out of it. So we'll do our best to give a general look at Tokyo Game Show because of how much stuff happened. And then we also had the Xbox event that took place during Tokyo Game Show's scheduled events. But first, Evan, let's go to a Discord question.
I guess we can try to get this out of the way. The new Breath of the Wild title, Tears or Tears?
Tears.
It's Tears. Confirmed.
Tears. Yep, it's Tears. You got another one, Evan?
All right. What's everyone's biggest complaint about VR?
The setup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing is there's just so many wires. I played some Oculus Quest, and I know Sean has as well. Oculus Quest is the future. If you just put the headset on, play the game, that's what I want.
Yep, and they're working to shrink it down further too. They're going to have another headset. I think they're going to show either at the end of this month or midway through next month. It's their more expensive model, but that big box on the front of your head is slowly shrinking down. So
can I ask you a question though? Because for me, it's like price to games. Like, how many games would you say you've played that you feel like is the VR experience? Like, and is it under 10? Because if it's under 10,
it's still under 10 for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 4, I think, was really cool.
Astrobot.
Astrobot was good. Beat Saber, Blood and Truth was good. I liked Gran Turismo for what it was, but it wasn't like a full experience when I first played it. But it was pretty cool when you first turned it on and like you were sitting in a car. It was kind of jarring, like that kind of experience, but.
Whatever happened to remember San Andreas? What happened to that?
They're going to have an event next month, and I assume the release date hits then.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, but that is the big thing. And the headsets are getting more expensive. They're not getting cheaper right now. So
ridiculous.
Yeah. I think we need a bit more. Like people really spend a lot of time in VR chat. That's just not something that appeals to me. So
yeah.
I mean, the NBA shit is dope though.
Yeah, for experiences, like I think there's a lot of potential for VR in like classrooms and stuff where they're like, we need to go and check out this part of the world or this part in history, and everyone puts headsets on, and it's like we're there and we can kind of talk you through it with like stuff pulled from the encyclopedia. Like that, those are the kind of experiences that I think VR would be very useful for. But yeah, so I mean, PSVR 2, we'll see. I assume there'll be a lot of development around that. I guess we'll start with the Direct, since that was the first real event that happened for the week. It was just over 40 minutes. Yeah, about 40 minutes long. And there were a lot of games there, but there were a lot of differing opinions around this Direct as well. I guess I can go line by line since I think I took notes for everything. There was like one sizzle reel that I just stopped caring about at one point. But
it was a terrible sizzle reel anyway.
It was also right after a major reveal, and I was like, I just wrote down sizzle reel in my notes. Let's see. Fire Emblem Engage. It's coming out January 20th.
Hell yeah.
I am so excited. Like
I'm excited for this too, because I know people like Three Houses, but I like this setting over the school setting.
Same.
I'm liking what I'm seeing here with this one.
I liked the school setting, but I don't know if I'd want another game with it again. You know what I mean? Because it's like and granted, Three Houses is a game that you like play multiple times over, so you get the full school experience like flat out. So yeah, I like the school experience, but I don't want to do it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't. It's cool, but they don't need to do it again. Like they even dropped it for like what was it? For Three Hopes. It's like they're like, yeah, no school. It's just they just start, like you start out, then it's just like you're in school. They're like they just skip it, and it's like war air. It's like wartime. They just
we had like summons from other Fire Emblem games in this too that like will fight alongside of you and engage and
That's not a completely new thing. That's been done before. Awakening had it. I think Fates has it. But the way that they do it this time, it's like Persona almost.
Yeah, so that's what I was kind of striking me as, like a Persona kind of thing. I like that. I don't know. It could be. They could have all kinds of different characters thrown in there as that. So that's
hell yeah.
Yeah, the little diorama thingy. It looks like Roy, Lynn. There was more.
Wasn't Ike?
Gosh, yeah, Ike.
I got all the Smash Brothers characters in there.
There's a whole. I wrote it down, but I can't find it. But yeah. But for sure, Roy, Lynn, obviously Marth, Sigurd. So there's gonna be a lot of cool, like a lot of the best ones.
I'm excited that they're making a game out with these Smash Brothers characters finally.
Yeah, the proper spinoff they deserve.
Is Lynn in Smash Brothers? When did Lynn get into as a character?
She's in she's in
Hey, they're building out their backstory.
Trophy.
They got to bring the characters in.
Just bring in all the Smash Brothers characters, and then all of a sudden it'll be good.
I think it'd be cool though. It's beautiful. I liked it. It was really pretty, like right from the get go. But I liked how the protagonist is red and blue because I feel like it's switch colors.
Yeah,
like the
but the hair looks so ugly like that.
What?
It's
the red and blue mix.
Todoroki,
man. It's a thing.
You don't like Todoroki from My Hero?
How do you not like Todoroki?
Even Sean's on board.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me.
You doesn't know who Todoroki is.
Yeah. I get it's the person from My Hero Academia with the multicolored hair
and the golf shirt Dragon Ball Z thing going
Jordan,
on over
is
there.
it just because it's too reminiscent of Sonic and Knuckles? Is that why?
No, it's too reminiscent of Dumb and Stupid.
I got Jordan on my side.
But it's coming out January. I thought this was a good way to kick off the direct. It was just right into it.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Then we had It Takes Two. Good game. Good to see it showing up on the Switch. Makes sense.
It might be a good game, but that version.
Yeah, the worst. Good. Yeah, get that on any other console. Or
oh
PC.
no, they need the Switch revision for that game. Just from what they showed, it looked pretty. It looked like it had the Vaseline on it, but
and choppy too.
Yeah, they need that Switch Pro. Always next year.
Mm-hmm.
And Fatal Frame: Mask of the Lunar Eclipse.
Hell yes.
First time it's released in the West.
I don't like that it's 2023 though.
That I know. Well, I saw Sean tweet that
like 3 months left in this year.
Well, but I think it was Sean. Somebody was tweeting that it would have been a great October release, and B, like also the game's definitely done. They translated it years ago, so it's weird they're finally officially releasing it. Like,
that's a good point. Let's delay it until October 2023.
No more games in October, please. No more in October.
Yeah, October's filling up right now. You're right.
That's not
out in October.
That's not a first party game, so what does it matter?
Yeah.
People who are going to play Fatal Frame, I don't think are clamoring for Mario and Rabbids necessarily.
We need to see if this even gets this might not even get a physical release here though.
I don't think it will.
No,
it's a multi-plat too, so
I'm gonna buy it.
Everything.
I'm excited for it, but man, it's so weird that game came out like 8 years ago or something crazy.
We had SpongeBob SquarePants, the Cosmic Shake 2023. Jordan,
yep.
How's it looking?
It's looking good. I still can't believe we're getting a technical proper sequel to Battle for Bikini Bottom. That's really weird to me, but I'm all for it.
It looks a lot better. Assuming that was Switch footage, it looks a hell of a lot better than Bikini Bottom did on day one. Like leagues better. I don't know if anyone played that game. I did for some reason because I thought maybe I was missing something with SpongeBob, but holy shit, that game was rough on day one.
We had Fitness Boxing Fist of the North Star, March 2023. I'm sure everyone had that figured out ahead of time.
Yep.
That
the
was
announcement of the show.
I don't know what that was. That was out of nowhere.
I actually kind of like it because you're boxing against people. I think that's a cool concept. I might actually buy that. I'm not gonna lie.
Oddballers. It's a party game with different mini games. That's what I wrote down. 6 players. Early 2023. Let's see. Tunic. Great game. September 27th. It definitely does. Like this is a game that I think only one person made. So they got the Game Pass deal. They got on PlayStation, and now they're getting on the Switch. Where, I mean, it's a Zelda-like game with some Souls elements to it. So it's gonna do well there.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be good. That one releases. Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life, Summer 2023.
Fuck yes.
This starts off the farming games.
The Farmpocalypse.
I think I counted.
There's 5, technically 6. Technically 6 if you include Japan, because Japan's getting Harvest Moon and N64.
Oh, wait, what?
Wait, why are we getting that?
I don't know if it's for the N64 online service.
Wow.
Is Japan getting gold? Is Japan getting GoldenEye?
That's a good question.
That I'm not sure of. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess if you compare the directs, you can. Oh, they are okay.
Japan's getting GoldenEye, but it was dated for Japan 2023, whereas America is just coming soon.
Yeah. Okay. So we the farming games you're going to see pop up, and I mentioned this. I think I might have mentioned it to you, Sean, but I feel like this is a lagging effect from the Stardew Valley sales. Like
you did.
So many farming games are showing up right now. I don't think it's coincidence. I think people saw what Stardew Valley did, and then it takes a little while to get things in production. Then it takes even longer to get the game ready for release. I think we're seeing 3 or 4 years of lagging Stardew Valley like reactions.
It's a damn shame.
I mean, just how many we're seeing right now, it is wild stuff.
But I mean, for every Stardew Valley, I mean, let's be real here. We're going to talk about Rune Factory and getting 2 games as well. Rune Factory's been around for quite a while. I remember playing the first Rune Factory on the DS.
I'm not saying they're all. Rune Factory just keeps going anyway. Like I'm not saying it's for all of them, but like some of these random ones that are like out of left field, it's
just weird.
Yeah. Like all of a sudden now they're doing it. Not when Rune Factory, I don't know, 2 or 3 first came out. So
I guess my weirdness is it's so bizarre they put these all in one direct. Like I think a lot of these farming games don't look terrible, but it's just back to back. I've never seen 6 of the same genre in one direct. Bizarre.
What is one doing different than the other?
Yeah, exactly. I'll be honest, when I edited my video saying I wasn't super impressed by the Direct, I saved screenshots of the games and I couldn't remember which one, so I probably have the slides wrong.
There was a lot of blending together for the look at this big motherfucker.
We did have splits.
I'm pretty sure like the hardcore fans of like these games probably can tell you everything differently about them. The only thing that I saw different was Harvestella. That's clearly like Square Enix, like action RPG farming, like that's different from like Story of Seasons or like Harvest Moon or whatever the case is. So I mean, those are different to tell, but yeah, some of them were very similar.
I played 5 minutes of Harvestella. I was trying to play some before the podcast, didn't work.
How'd it go? What'd you think of it?
We need the Switch Pro. we need some. My characters don't have faces.
Oh God. Face?
We need the new Switch. My gosh. Splatoon 3 Splatfest.
Hell yeah.
This is good. Okay, so I'm confused by this one. All right.
It makes no sense.
It's a deserted island. Would you bring gear, grub, or fun?
Probably grub to stay alive.
You got to bring food, right, to survive.
Oh, you bring gear.
You bring gear to plant food.
Gear, and then you harvest the stuff on the island so that it's like
I know there's food on the island.
Well, what if the island is just like one big pile of sand?
Yeah, they didn't say that.
They did.
They didn't say that it wasn't though.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
You can't assume.
What if the deserted island has like a water park on it and like a whole electrical
grid? What if you only get a week's worth of food?
Well, and that's a good point. Well, that's what I thought was that if I'm going to die, I want to have my Nintendo Switch or something with me so I can be entertained with Splatoon as I die. So I'm going to go. I'm going team fun.
Well, hold on. If we have gear, can it be the food fabrication from Star Trek? That machine where you'd go up and you'd press a button.
The replicator.
Food? Yeah. I don't know where the limits are.
Star Trek? Nerd.
Can we do that?
What?
I'm upset. I have a Star Trek tattoo.
Can we do that? Like, is that allowed? I'm trying to figure out what the rules are here.
No, it's not allowed.
What's the gear?
Yeah, what is the gear?
I think it had a picture.
Shovel.
A fishing rod.
It had a picture of a shovel. Yeah.
Tents.
They had a fishing rod there.
You can make a fishing rod.
Or was it just a
pickaxe
pickaxe and like a shovel?
You can make a fishing rod. What?
Sounds like you need gear to make a fishing rod, though.
Sean, the man who can't build Labo, telling me what you can build in the wild.
If you get a stick, and I'm assuming you're not butt ass naked on this island because clothes aren't an option. You take some of the string from your shirt. You get it nice and tight, and then you attach it to the stick, and now you have a fishing pole. Yeah, I used to go fishing all the time. I used to go fishing all the time. I took fishing.
What fish you gonna catch?
I'm feeling like the tensile strength on
community college.
The tensile strength on a shirt fabric though shouldn't work.
I passed it.
They have a pond in the middle of the freaking.
Can you just make a spear?
No. Just learn to fish.
Yeah, you just get a spear.
Like sharpen a spear and stab fish that way.
The fucking for the final, we had to go to this lake that was like 45 minutes away. And the instructor, we all got to his house. We were supposed to get to his house at like 10 in the morning, passed the fuck out drunk. And he's like, all right, yeah, you guys got your fishing rod? Just catch one fish and show me the fish again. Hey, we're all like, okay. So we just went out there and we fished, and it was a stocked lake. And we all caught a fish within like 10 minutes, and we all got A's.
I hate to say it, but the more Sean talks, the more I realize he'd probably be like Captain Jack Sparrow and like tie his back hair together and tie two sea turtles back to the mainland.
I don't have a very hairy back.
Show me. Take off your shirt right now.
I really don't.
The Splatfest is the 23rd, so next week it'll be happening.
God, this big motherfucker.
Octopath Traveler 2 got randomly announced. I don't think anyone expected this.
I did.
Travelers Day Night Actions February 24th. So we have a release date on it.
Dude,
you thought this was getting announced?
Yes.
Absolutely. I was expecting a new IP or a remake of something else.
They were teasing it. They were teasing it quite a bit. They talked about it last year. They're saying, hey, they're working on something. And then like the mobile game. I don't know if you cover the mobile game too much, but that mobile game
installed on my phone. I actually play it now and then.
Okay, you play it. So
I do. I decided to try it out. I think a couple weeks ago. I was like, let me see what this is.
It was a very clear like, hey, we're gonna try to start talking about Octopath again, make a little bit of extra money, leading into it. So I mean, I felt that they were gonna announce like it could be announced. And it's been 4 years since the original one, and that's their best-selling HD 2D game by far. Octopath Travelers made them the most money, so I felt that they would go back to it after Live Alive and all that.
It's interesting. They're gonna make
so
it
good.
It's gonna be on. It's gonna be multi-plat for PlayStation, Switch, and PC, I believe. No Xbox version, but what's weird is the first one is on Xbox, but the first one isn't on PlayStation. So it's this really strange.
The first one's on Game Pass.
Yeah, I'm wondering who did the port, because maybe Square didn't port that. Maybe that's why it's not on PlayStation. Maybe someone else did it for that.
I think they're going to announce. I think they're going to have to announce it for PlayStation at some
Seems
point.
weird. Seems weird not to.
Yeah, if they do, I'm going to buy it physically on PlayStation. I love Octopath Traveler 1.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. Hey, good reveal though. Good to see that.
That trailer was great.
The gameplay was fantastic, and they finally, like, the biggest thing with this, real quick for the people in the chat, one of the biggest issues was the stories not being intertwined. This one has an intertwining story, so that is the incredible thing with this game.
Look at like day and night and stuff would affect things. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff.
Still random. They went the random battle route, which I'm not sure if they should have.
On the map, so you don't see the enemy until it. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Fae Farm.
Hell, fuck.
I just wrote down farming game RPG spring 2023.
I don't even remember what it was.
There you go.
That's the one that has some combat in it. It looks like it's like a mini like dungeon crawler almost at one point. Yeah.
With farming elements.
With farming elements.
Yes. We had Theater Rhythm Final Bar.
Hell yeah, brother.
I played those games. I was so surprised that game got brought back. I'm like, what?
It's like 900 songs.
Well, they said 385
will be in the game, but then they'll have DLC packs afterwards.
The DLC packs is what raises it.
Because they're gonna put everything from like Chrono Trigger, like every Square Enix game's gonna have its soundtracks added in, which is crazy.
Yep.
I used to play that game on the 3DS. It was fun.
Same. That what a curtain call. I played.
It was cool on the 3DS. So
February 16th, we had another look at Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope. I feel like most people are sold on this game already. I mean, just to remind people, October 20th. So a month away. I'm picking that one up immediately. Then we had Rune Factory 3 and then a new Rune Factory.
Very excited for that.
There you go. Okay. N64 games. Yay. Pilot Wings, Mario Party 1, Mario Party 2, Mario Party 3, Pokemon Stadium, Stadium 2, 1080 Snowboarding, Excite Bike 64. Let's see, Mario Party 2 is maybe my favorite out of that list. Mario Party 2 is really good.
Excite Bike. I love Excite Bike.
Excite Bike was fun. That was a fun game.
Pilot Wings is good too. Don't sleep on Pilot Wings, man.
I said this before on the pre-show. I'll say it now. This is the reason why GameCube's better than N64. If this was GameCube and they announced a bunch of games, imagine what everyone would have said. But since it's N64, everyone's like, okay, cool. But
yeah, that's true.
Hey, Mario Party 2 is legit though.
Imagine if it was GameCube and like 12 games.
Well, first off, it wouldn't be 12 games. It would be.
Imagine if it was 8. Let's go.
You're gonna eat your words when Chameleon Twist 1 and 2 make their way to the online service.
I just want to point out that's why GameCube's better.
I want to point out that both Pokemon Stadium and Stadium 2 are here. I almost wonder if that's laying some of the groundwork for that Game Boy.
It's gotta be
next year.
They said that the shit wasn't transferable though.
What?
If you looked in the tiny print.
Not transfer what?
For the Pokemon,
right? Yeah.
Oh, you can't. You mean transfer what game? Like Pokemon?
I don't know. It said you cannot transfer Pokemon in tiny words. I never played those games. So
it's referring to Pokemon Home integration because they can't do it.
Yeah, no, we're talking about like the Game Boy. If they end up doing that and they give you some sort of integration from like a Pokemon Blue or Red to that.
No, I think they already said that there's no.
That would be the hope for if Game Boy shows up in the service. But I don't know if the transfer pack will be a thing they even add.
If they do, it's going to be the best thing ever. I will lose my mind, dude. I'm going to become a PokeTuber.
Okay, Pokemon Home.
You don't want to do that.
It was tested internally. They were testing the transfer pack of Pokemon Stadium.
Okay.
Well, they should test it externally.
Yeah, we'll see if that ends up happening. But the big reveal was GoldenEye. That had a very strange wrinkle to it in that it will have online support for Nintendo, but not for Microsoft.
Yeah.
It makes sense now that they work to explain it because Microsoft is not getting that remake, which is an absolute travesty. I cannot believe they couldn't figure that out. So that is that it? Is that just forever going to be something that just leaked online and you can play it if you want to download it and that's it?
Right. That's the weirdest thing is that the game is done. We've all played a superior remake that's just lost.
Yeah, it's very weird the way that worked out. At least it's, I mean, we'll get a version of the game. It does split screen, but I mean, to me, you play through the campaign on the Xbox and then you just play the multiplayer on the Switch, I guess.
Does anyone think that there's something else going on with this game? So hear me out.
Or the remake in general?
No, I'm talking about the GoldenEye that's coming out. Okay. So they did a lot of pomp and circumstance for it. And this could just be me tinfoiling hat it. But obviously they could have just said GoldenEye within that thing. No, they did something special for it, gave it like its own little teaser thing, and then specified that it had online play. I feel like there's some, and I know maybe in retrospect it's because the Xbox version doesn't have online play, but I still don't see why you would go out of your way to say that, because every N64 game that has, I mean, they didn't say Mario Kart 64 with online play. You know, they didn't do anything like that. Does anyone feel like there might be something maybe where it's like not all split screened up?
I think they said that because Microsoft was about to release their own press release that was going to say we don't have multiplayer, and that would have been like, oh, I guess that means the Switch doesn't have multiplayer either. I kind of think we're going to play it and we're going to be able to see each other's screens while we're playing online.
Let me also say this, guys. We talked about this, and there is a ridiculous amount of people who still don't understand that you can play multiplayer. I know it sounds weird, but I had multiple, I mean, like double-digit people tell me they don't know how Nintendo Switch Online works with multiplayer. Like online, that every game is online. Like all of them are all online. So I think that was also reinforcing, it could have just been reinforcing the idea that, hey, this game's great and multiplayer was the great thing and it has online. Like they wanted to emphasize that you can do that on the service, but particularly with that game. I mean, it could be that.
This is doing we're getting dual analog stick with this, right? On the Switch.
If you can't, you can program the buttons, right? Yeah.
But you could already do it on the N64 anyways.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, like they would still have to map it up so that we're using that by default.
I'm excited, man.
That's gonna happen, right?
I think it's gonna have dual stick, and honestly, Sean, I think the reason they said that in the trailer is just because people have been begging for GoldenEye to be back. So I think they just wanted to be like, hey, it's GoldenEye, it's split screen if you want, it's online split screen still if you want.
Yeah, it's still gonna be. There's no matchmaking or anything like that. It's just gonna be the. Oh
no.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Mario Kart. Like if you ever play Mario Kart 64 online, it's still split screen.
So. I played WinBack 64.
Yeah, dude, and Mario Golf 64 is so freaking good.
Terrible. I don't know why you guys said that game was good.
I love it.
Awesome.
I love it.
I got a hole-in-one last time we played.
I'm curious.
Terrible.
I'm curious what the frame rate and everything is going to be on this Switch version. I want to see what this thing looks like.
Up, man. I think it's gonna be cleaned up.
Oh man, we'll see. I'm curious what's gonna happen with this thing. When I detonate those remote mines, am I going to 2 frames per second?
Yeah, I want to detonate the remote mines and it be like 2 frames per second. No,
where the glass makes a breaking noise and it's just on the ground because it loses frames.
You guys said N64 is the best, right? That's afraid you got to take it at all, and at its best and at its worst.
You know? I'm curious if people are gonna play this and be like, oh, this isn't what I remember. I kind of think that's going to happen to a lot of people who haven't played in a while. I mean, the Xbox version will probably be more tolerable because it's going to be 4K.
Is it though?
60 frames.
Is it though? Like,
well,
yeah,
that's the weird part.
It says 4K.
But I mean, does that make it more tolerable?
I mean, yeah, it won't be blurry.
I like the trophies.
I can see there's chunky pixels and like.
I like achievements. I was planning on playing it on Xbox, but I only like it for the multiplayer mostly. You know, so I think I have to play on Switch. I don't have a choice.
The single player is just you go through it once and like.
The achievements are cool. The achievements are cool for single player. I will say people are gonna like to go through and get those achievements on single player. So that's good for like Xbox and everything. You know, I might check it out.
Tremendous disappointment though for the Xbox and no multiplayer. That hurt. I saw it. I was like, really? Oh, but then when they explained it's basically the Nintendo 64 ROM that they're both. I guess either side's allowed to play around with it, but they can't step too far outside of like the ROM itself to do that.
So it's like what we were thinking, where it's almost like how the SNES and stuff use that sort of connected thing.
Just like tunneling software with it. Exactly. So it's still the N64 ROM, but they have it with the emulator set up to do that. So that's a shame. I guess that's a limitation that was put in there during negotiations. So that's too bad.
Unfortunate, tragic.
Wonder who put that stipulation.
Sean, do you have music playing?
What do you think, Nate? What do you think happened here before I move on from GoldenEye?
One of the three parties involved set forth a rule, and that was the rule.
Yeah.
Sure, I think it was MGM.
I'm sure MGM's like, you got to use that tunneling software. MGM, I'm sure they were the ones who didn't. It's a shame that remake couldn't be used. That would have been really cool because that remake is actually good. So it's a shame. I don't know if we'll ever use it. I guess it'll just be lost. Well, I mean, you could download and play it, so it's technically not lost. But
it's so good. It's so done too.
Yeah, it is. But hey, GoldenEye's coming back. No release date on it yet. I assume they're going to tell us one day on Twitter with a press release what day it comes out. Interesting though, I don't think it's going to be purchasable.
No.
Like on Xbox, I don't think it's going to be purchasable either. I think it's either part of Rare Replay or it's in Game Pass.
Right.
What?
Well, that's still purchasable. Then you just buy Rare Replay.
You need to buy Rare Replay to get it. Yeah, it's just going to be added to that library, or you get it on Game Pass through Rare Replay, is my understanding.
Oh, I thought it was just like, but can't you buy any game? Oh, you get Rare Replay through Game Pass.
Exactly. Yep. So it's going to add into that library. So you can't buy it on the Switch and you can't buy it on Xbox. It's just the subscription hook, basically.
It is.
Yeah, unless you buy the digital copy of Rare Replay for like $7.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They have that.
Yep. Yeah. You just can't buy those games individually.
Yes.
That's okay. Yeah.
We had Various Day Life. That's already out. Factorio, October 28th.
Really hyped for that.
It's a good game.
IB, spring 2023.
Is it LB?
I don't know.
I called it IB in my video.
IB, sure.
It's your artsy fartsy game for the thing.
Thank you. We had Mario Strikers Battle League, Pauline, Diddy Kong, more gear, new stadium this month.
It's that content we expected, right? When we bought it.
We 4v4 yet or no?
Splatoon 3's out. What am I doing with Mario Strikers?
Exactly.
I can have 4 people in a party, okay?
True.
Yeah.
I already forgot about Strikers.
So sad.
Tragic. Altair Ryza 3, February 24th. Mario Kart 8 Wave 3 this holiday. Some of the tracks actually look better than.
I'm done with Mario Kart 8.
Oh,
like,
no.
I'm done with Mario Kart 8. I've been done. After the last booster, I'm done.
OJ.
Oh, man.
It's the same game. It's been a decade. I'm like, it drives me nuts because these tracks are super cool, right? They're dope that they're coming back, but it's like it's still the same Mario Kart 8. We've been playing this for a decade.
You know what's crazy? We're gonna make it to because this is gonna run through 2023, right? So it is going to be a decade of Mario. Isn't that crazy?
I saw it and I was like, cool, but like I can't get excited about this anymore. Like it's just I can't.
I felt bad. Like Nintendo's like, we're like the new courses are coming out. Do you want to like do a stream for us? And I'm like, no. I don't want to play any more Mario Kart. I can't. Not 8.
It just feels too much like the same game. I just need something new. Like even hell, if they do like a full remake, but it's just they add a few different little things, and that would be better than just. No, let me not even put that into existence. No, we need a new Mario Kart. Like
we do. We need something new concept. Something.
Just new concept, new handling, new moves.
Yeah.
It just feels like I've been playing this game since the Wii U era, like over and over and over.
Just play Mario Kart 9.
Man, I wish we had freaking Star Fox Grand Prix.
I'd rather play Tour. I'd rather play Tour. They're actually making Tour to the point where I'm not going to play Tour. I'm not going to play Tour. But they removed the microtransactions.
Well, you don't have the cell phone?
Tour is fun if I'm like in the airport and I have nothing else.
Yeah. I got
I'm going to
re-download Tour. Yeah, I'm going to re-download
right now.
Yeah, but I mean,
play it right now.
I hate the fact that you guys were trolling us with Star Fox Grand Prix. I really hate it.
That would have been unique.
I really want it to be real.
Oh, go ahead. Name names, click.
Oh, they know.
Then we had Nintendo Switch Sports Golf. It is actually technically been delayed to holiday, which is kind of weird when they said that, but it's Wii Sports. It's going to have holes from Wii Sports.
A long time. It looks like maybe it's a bit more in depth than because like they have like some type of competitive golf mode.
Survival golf.
Yeah, survival golf. So I guess it was a little bit bigger than what maybe we thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be a couple,
Golf 99.
Yeah, courses and like you just hit a golf ball. All right, cool. I didn't know it was going to have that, but yeah, cool, I guess.
see. Then we had then Shigeru Miyamoto appeared on screen.
Am I the only one who gets upset?
He trolled people for Pikmin Bloom for quite a while. Go ahead, Sean.
When I see him pop up on screen now, I cringe. I'm like,
man.
You're not going to tell me anything I want to hear. He never does.
Hold on. He had some good news here.
Movie?
He made a new shirt.
Pikmin 4.
You could buy that shirt immediately at the Nintendo store.
Pikmin 4 is a thing. It's coming out next year, Sean. 2023.
It's not forgotten.
I don't care.
I told you guys, and no one believed me.
How do you not care about Pikmin 4?
I don't like Pikmin. I don't understand the appeal. I've tried to play it multiple times.
But how many times have people been asking for the Sean and they finally got it? Can you at least
I don't care who's been asking for it. I haven't been asking for it.
You can't be happy for other people.
You can't be happy for the Pikmin fans out there.
You can't.
No,
I recognize you, Pikmin fans.
You and your flowers.
Sean lacks empathy.
we got Pikmin 4 before New Mario Kart. That's all.
We did.
Also, what do you know about Pikmin 4 besides nothing?
I saw a screenshot.
They showed you a splash screen. Yeah.
I saw. And they said that you're going to be able to play from like the ground level this time, like ground level view this time as well.
Yeah, I love that. That's cool.
See,
I would have preferred like a trailer. Or no, just like a gameplay trailer so you could show me like what
2023.
Hold off, Sean. You'll have that rant coming up in a couple of minutes.
Just Dance 2023. Go.
Good.
Sorry. Go.
I was gonna say I think we can agree that it was weird, but Shigeru Miyamoto was the worst part of that direct since he just talked about a mobile game that's been out forever. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, he
had news that he had news that Nintendo fans have been asking about for a long time. So
Pikmin 4.
That was a big deal in that direct. So I gotta give him props for showing up and doing that.
I guess he kind of did announce about the Hollywood opening up soon too. Not too much about the movie, but I don't know. I just think it's cool. Like for me personally, like even though like I don't have any attachment to him as a person, I think it's cool that's like you get to like see all of his creations kind of come to life, and he has like so many different projects he's working on. I just think it's cool to like for me it's kind of like I'm almost inspired like, oh, one day like you could have your stuff become larger than life and like actually be like a real tangible thing outside of just video games. So it was cool. But yeah, it was kind of like, all right, it's a mobile game, like we get it, but not even you can sell us on this kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's like I like Pokemon Go, and Pikmin Bloom is very much more passive, so it's like it's a good pedometer. But unless you walk everywhere, like it's not necessarily, it's not selling anybody.
Also, they did wait to be within about a year of release before they announced it. So like they could have done this official announcement like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
It's true.
So at least they gave it until like, okay, it's coming out 2023. Could be, I think if you drop this in like July.
Yeah, they talk about Pikmin 4 years ago.
The official announcement like 8 years ago.
No one believed
He kept giving updates as of 6 years ago that he was still working on the game.
I need a title card and I need a screenshot, then I believe him.
True.
Also, he made a shirt.
Listen, if Pikmin has been in the works, like legit this whole time, and they kept putting it on the back burner for bigger projects, I'm kind of okay with it because it's like we love Pikmin, but
it's been rebooted. It switched engines.
Wait, hold up. I don't think Click is 100% wrong because Pikmin 3 was developed in the same exact way. It was like a DS game. It was on the back burner for other projects because Pikmin isn't a big selling game.
No.
It might have been on the back burner for a while, and like you said, Nate, changing stuff and all that. But I think it was on the back burner. I think it was on the back burner. I don't think it was a priority for them to get Pikmin done,
Yeah.
Like 100%. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that you're wrong, Nate. I'm not saying that either.
We had Just Dance 2023, Harvestella. The demo already released. I played 5 minutes of it. So I will get to more of that. Bayonetta 3. I'm sold on this. I'm ready. It's out in 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ready
Never
to
heard of it.
Super excited.
Rain Code. That's spring 2023. It's from the makers of Danganronpa. Yeah.
Looks cool. I gotta check it out. Yeah.
Very hyped for that.
Thanks, Sean. This is Sean's section right here. Resident Evil Village Cloud version. And then RE2, RE3, RE7 are all going to the Switch through the cloud as well.
Awesome. Right?
Awesome.
I did a video actually testing them. Y'all can see on my channel. I just played because they released a demo for Resident Evil Village. I have gigabit internet. I have like the fastest internet in Texas, and that game still runs pretty bad. It's got like a horrible delay. Cloud sucks.
Need that Switch Pro.
Or at least the cloud tech that they're using on Switch is not good. The cloud tech that let's say Amazon has, the Luna, that's not bad. I don't think I've tested that out.
People don't. Stadia actually has for cloud tech. Stadia is actually decent.
Yeah.
Like people don't know because no one played it.
Yeah, Stadia's is not bad, and Luna's not bad either. So, but Switches is not. It's not great. You know.
We had a sizzle reel. Sifu, by the way, November 8th. Sifu is a good game. I was concerned because the trailer looked like it was kind of struggling with the frame rate. I don't know if I would play that game if we find out the frame rate's not great, because that
looked a little crusty.
Already kind of frustrating at times with it. I can't imagine if it like, okay, now it's 25 frames, now it's 28, now it's 30, now it's 42. It's all over the place. I don't know, but hey, we'll see. You know, that could just been the stream maybe. Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, December 13th. I'm kind of annoyed by this.
Why?
Is so. I believed in Square. They said winter starts on December 20th. Okay.
Depends.
This is coming out
Depends.
the 13th of December.
Meteorological winter begins December 1st.
Meteorological.
I don't need these Splatoon 3 reasonings for where the windows were released in. They said winter.
Dude,
all right.
That game looks freaking awesome.
It looks great. It does. They had footage of it. They played it for like 20 or 30 minutes. It was great. And
oh my God,
it's great.
Yeah. Oh my God. If y'all don't watch anything else, they did a Japanese stream at Tokyo Game Show, which we'll get to. And yeah, they played 20 minutes of it. And, oh, it looks great.
Wait, which game?
Yep.
Crisis Core.
Crisis Core Reunion.
Crisis Core Reunion. It's a totally new game.
You would like it, Quick. It's very good. I would.
Yeah. No, I didn't play it, but I watched.
Square Enix says it's a remaster, but man, dude,
I don't know. That looks kind of like
they were smixed. They didn't know what to call it. Like their own producers were like, we're not really sure, but we're just gonna call it a remaster because we're not changing any of the story. You know, it's great though. Like that's such a great.
It's a very good game.
Yes, very good game. It's going to be even better because it was a little crusty on the PSP because with the one analog stick and all. Like,
and the resolution and stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, it was great for PSP back in the day. We were all blown away. But now you're going to get it on any platform that you want. You're going to get it in 60 frames. If you want the portable experience, you can get it Steam Deck or Switch. Like, shout out to them for actually making this and doing a damn good job of not cheaping out on it. Like because they could have cheaped out on this thing. It's a PSP game, Yep. But
I'm gonna get this on probably PlayStation and Switch. I'll get it on both.
This is great.
Radiant Silvergun that released and then it came down off the shop for some reason. I think it went back up afterwards. They messed something up. I don't know, but it's out. And Endless Dungeon, that's out next year. Tales of Symphonia Remaster, early 2023. What a shame.
Interesting.
What a shame.
Interesting with that.
My gosh. The GameCube just keeps winning. That's all I know.
The GameCube keeps winning, baby.
It's
how's the Tales game on the N64 though? Is that
it's great. I can't even see it half the time. I don't know. The problem here is they took the only version I assume they have, which is from the PS2, and it's 30 frames per second. They don't have the GameCube version, and it's really annoying.
Yeah.
The GameCube version runs at 60 frames.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what's going on there, man. They taking the what?
I want everyone to realize they're going to put this out on PC, and it's actually going to be locked probably because animations in the game itself will be tied to the frame rate. So the PC community will unlock it, and it'll basically just be fast forwarding the game.
Well, did you see someone already did somehow? Someone actually hacked the game already to run it 60 on computer, and it breaks, like the game works and graphics and animations work, but NPCs don't work. So all the NPCs walk like fucking Arlo. They like flap around. It's crazy.
The game is very good. I mean, if you've never played it, it's actually kind of expensive now on the GameCube if you want it complete. So technically, it's not game breaking for it at 30, but what could have been? What could have been?
It's a little disappointing because the GameCube one is at 60 frames per second.
Sizzle reel happened again. I think there was Life is Strange was in there. There was Fall Guys. There was some Disney racing game. I don't know. It's just this is afterwards. I was like, all this other stuff was happening, and I didn't really pay attention. Then we have another Kirby game, Return to Dreamland Deluxe. It's a remake, February 24th.
It came
random?
out really random, and it came out really late in the Wii's life. So like people forgot about that game. It came out 2011.
It was a good game.
So
it's a good game.
It's solid. It's solid local multiplayer too. If you have,
I'm confused. I wasn't expecting another Kirby game.
No, I
don't know.
A lot of Kirby love for the anime.
A lot of Kirby stuff. Yeah, I mean, hey, Hal's on it. I don't know. They're after it. So
yeah,
I
wasn't
guess
expecting it.
Nintendo opened the checkbook, and Hal was like, "All right, we'll make like 3 games. We're good." So it's also that some people were wondering if that's like kind of like because they just released the Dream Buffet is like $15, and they were trying to figure out what this would be priced at. Apparently, it's $60. So it is a full. It
doesn't have online either. So
they're going for it.
Play locally with friends.
No online and 60. Yeah, that's something that I probably don't want to skip.
Yeah, I ain't buying that. No way.
Yeah, might want to skip it. I might get a review code for it though.
The closeout was the
game.
The closeout was the title reveal for Breath of the Wild 2. It is coming out May 12th, so we got that release date, but it's called Tears of the Kingdom, which makes a lot of sense why Nintendo UK did not stream this one.
Yeah.
For that reason. So, hey, shout out to Jeff Grubb and all of them. I guess they were onto something with that. But we had, what's that?
Big blowout.
Big blowout.
Zelda blowout.
They did show, I don't know, like 30 seconds of gameplay or something. Title reveal.
Nah, it's more lore than anything. It's
you're let off the hook, Sean. Go.
Basically, well, hold on. They showed us the title and they spoiled the end of the game with it, basically. So now we know what it's all about. Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah. First off,
go ahead, Sean. Okay, go ahead, Sean.
So many problems with that reveal.
Oh gosh.
First off, they said, we can't tell you guys. We can't tell you guys the title because it's gonna spoil the video. It's gonna spoil the game. Once you hear it, you're gonna spoil the game. First off, there's been no title in the existence of video games that ever completely spoiled a game. Second off, it did not spoil the game. Third off, that trailer sucked. It sucked.
What? I liked it. What
did you like?
Bad.
There was nothing.
What do you mean?
There was nothing.
There was nothing cohesive about that at all.
I liked it because it gave me, as a more casual Zelda fan, I've beaten all the games. My opinion, as like not the hardest, most Switch person, is I liked that it showed us a bunch of different scenes. It just showed us little clips of the game. It felt like a sizzle reel of the game. But yeah,
opening a door,
not
climbing
the
a cliff,
jumping on the tree,
landing on a rock flying device.
I'm literally telling you right now, and I said this either last week or week before last. All they gotta do is drop the title. I wasn't expecting a date right away. I just said they're dropping the title, right? And they're gonna show snippets to get people going up on their theories. Because that's
they chose the worst snippets.
No, they didn't.
Wow,
he opened the door.
Some blocks here, and there you go.
He opened the door.
And I ran and jumped like Fortnite.
Show a brand new character. All of these symbols.
No, you missed. He opened the door.
I'm not watching a video game trailer to analyze symbols.
If you're not hardcore into like Zelda lore, it's probably not going to mean a lot. But I'm telling you right now, I've spent like the last like 4 days on like different podcasts with people literally just digging into it because that's what they love to do. And the Zelda devs, the Zelda team, they know that there are people who legitimately are going to like dedicate their life to it.
I'd be in the middle here.
It was a great trailer. I said it wasn't.
There was nothing. It was a teaser. Can we call it a teaser? And not a teaser.
I think I see what both sides are saying. I was in when I first saw it. I thought that there wasn't enough.
The vast majority of Zelda fans don't sit there and overanalyze the trailer for hours and hours and hours.
But that's
people want to see.
So forget about it.
But that was the big ender. That was your big ender. This is the third time you've shown the game, and each time that you've shown the game, you've shown less and less and less.
We got a name. Yeah, it's coming out in May. They have to draw it out somehow.
They've been drawing it out for years.
It comes out near my birthday. So you know what? I'm gonna have
pandemic.
I'm gonna have a Zelda birthday party, and I'm gonna laugh in your face, Sean, while you play Balin.
I feel that they didn't show. I would have liked a little bit more gameplay.
I agree.
I would have liked a little bit more, but I thought it was cool. That they showed off like that stone thing that you can fly on or that whatever. I mean, that's really dope. And like they showed off looks like a new Sheikah Slate power. So it looks like there's something or like that. It looks like they showed off that. And then of course you can see some type of like the time travel or whatever is happening because he has the long hair in one of them and the different outfit. But then when he has like the champion gear. So there's a lot of things like if you look at it like to kind of get into, but I do wish that it was a bit longer, but the release date is great. It's the first half of this year. We're always looking for release dates, right? We always want that. And it was all gameplay for the most part. It just wasn't long enough. So I see what Click is saying and I see what Sean is saying and what Jordan are saying.
Dude, the door was sick. He opened the door and ran out of it.
They couldn't hold the door.
Bro, they're
hyped, dude. He opened the door.
They're edging the people who care about the lore, and you know, for those
more people care about the lore or the actual
take me out to dinner first. Before
I like edging.
I think, yeah, there you go. Good for you. I think people who are gonna play the Zelda game are gonna play it when it comes out. I mean, I think when it hits, they're gonna buy it. Like whatever, that's fine. But I think in the meantime, when this is like their schedule, their allotted time, they're gonna be like, okay, we're gonna show this element, this element, this element here. We got something else in December. We have another thing in January or February or March, and then we got freaking what is it? PAX is gonna come out, and then they're gonna have a whole thing for that, and then in May hits. You know what I mean? Like they're spacing that out. They're taking their time.
That's fine, but my point is that this is the third time you've shown the game, and you've shown less and less of the actual game. And the game was supposed to be, we learned about it in 2019, and I feel like I've learned more from the patents that have been discovered from this game than the actual trailers themselves.
Well, hold on, why are you in those patents? That's some lore people stuff.
No, it's not. It's showing you the actual game and how you're going to be doing it. I don't have to sit there and analyze and be like, holy shit, look at his.
I gotta look.
They care about the game. They care about how the game is going to play.
Don't even know what a patent is, Sean.
They care.
But the same people who would watch Sean's video to learn about the patent aren't going to be the ones dissecting the lore of a 45-second trailer. So Sean's patent investigation is going to lend to the more casual fan who's not going to be looking at the trailer saying, oh, look, the Moblin's dong is hanging down to his knees. This must be symbolic of the prehistoric Moblins.
Always talking about penises on this podcast.
You know how horny I am at all times.
But there is one. But there is one in the hieroglyphics that did have one.
Throwing penises in there, it just doesn't work. But listen,
I sling a lot of dick.
I agree there could have been more gameplay, but again, like people just would have been like, okay, it's more gameplay. They would have complained that there wasn't more of a story. Like
no, they wouldn't have. I will put the entire amount in my bank account that people would have been much more happier with a bunch of gameplay. All $20 in my bank account.
You only got $20 in your bank account.
Let's go.
That's all he's got, man.
That's more than last week. It was 19 then.
Too many subs.
You up?
I think
subs. I
think they're cutting around a lot of stuff in the game that they're not ready to show yet. So I think there's some mechanic or twist that
their waterboarding
will be a big thing that they eventually show.
Do you think that it gets delayed again?
With these trailers, it's been 3 years, and the longest gameplay sequence that we've had that actually has shown evolution over the first game was the initial one where we saw Link become a puddle and go upwards. Beyond that, all we've seen Link do is run and jump.
Right.
And this is the third showing.
Link
run and jump. Show us how the sky is going to interplay into the grand scheme of the game.
Give us a story. That's going to be the story
8 months
trailer.
from release. You announced the game in 2019. People were clamoring for more God of War Ragnarok footage, where last year they gave us a 30-minute gameplay demonstration. We've seen a cumulative total of 90 seconds of gameplay for this game over 3 years.
Let's go.
I mean, it is 5 years since we got Breath of the Wild, so it is interesting that it's taken so long to get this one out.
I mean, to be honest, a lot of games have taken a long time with the global pandemic. So.
Yeah, but Horizon Zero Dawn released a week before this, and Forbidden West will released a year earlier.
Yeah, people still complain about that game and how they hate it. So
there was
more to it.
The gameplay's great. The story just a little
I agree
wonky.
The game's good, but people still say, oh, it needed more.
Like, I mean, people could say that about Zelda, Breath of the Wild, or Tears of the Kingdom too.
I feel like people probably say it about God of War too. People will say that about God of
War.
War.
People are really going crazy about God of War too.
I'm losing it.
I think for me, my expectations were so low for this direct anyway that for me, it's just like I'm not surprised whatsoever. And I literally said like 2 weeks ago on Spawncast, last time I was on, I said we're just gonna get a title. We also got a date. I thought we were just gonna get a title, not a date. So I was expecting even less. So maybe for me, my expectations were just so low already for this direct. And the direct overall for me was kind of meh, but I understand it was amazing for a lot of other people who cared about a lot of other games. And I already tweeted about it saying that the fact that this direct as a whole can be so amazing and then the Zelda part be meh to them versus the whole rest kind of be meh to me, and then the lore part for Zelda then come out and that be exciting to me. Like, it's just the Nintendo Switch's library is so big and so vast. Like, we're all gonna like have parts that we like. We're all gonna have parts that we hate. We probably all could agree that the trailer could have been more, but they didn't want to show more. And I'm gonna assume that there's probably a big reason why that is. And I think it's because they're gonna have a bigger reveal in hopefully December, maybe Game Awards or something. I don't know.
I think it gets its own direct next year, like
for
sure. February or March, probably pretty close to. I bet you like
all you have to
months
do is
from release they do it.
Well, all you have to do is drop a trailer like what they did in 2017, which is like one of the best trailers ever. So just do one of those again.
Yeah, and Nintendo was really kind of picking and choosing how they do. Like even with the Breath of the Wild, they were very weird with how they were showing off game.
It was literally just landscape.
I mean, at E3 2016, Breath of the Wild was all they showed at E3. It had an hour demo for media. They had it on the Treehouse for 4 straight days.
Yeah, what I'm saying is before leading up until that, they had that one thing that I think it was at the Game Awards, right? They had like a trailer at E3 and they had like a Game Awards, I think that same year, 2014, right? And then
it was like a 30-second trailer.
It was like the trailer wasn't even represented completely of like the actual in-game gameplay and all that.
Graphics.
So, they just had like the concept, right? And everyone was hyped about that. That didn't really show anything. And then they had another one where Miyamoto and I think it was Aonuma were playing the game like at the Game Awards, and then like we saw nothing until like that E3, until that E3 where they just kind of had like a blowout of it. So I understand where like everybody's coming from like when it comes to the gameplay and stuff, but I think they're gonna show more later and it's gonna be incredible. But yeah, I get the frustration right now, but I don't know, I'm still excited for it.
Don't get me wrong, I'm sold on the game. I love Breath of the Wild. I'm excited for this game. And the trailer showed me that there is a door, and that gets me really excited.
I think they also know that you're already sold on the game, Jordan. So I think do a trailer like that.
Part of the problem with this direct for me personally was, I think if you had that summer direct, this would have been a lot more digestible. But considering that the last real full direct we had was in February, and then this is 5 farming simulators, a JPEG of Pikmin 4, which is an announcement, and 12 seconds of Tears of the Kingdom as your banger ender, it was kind of like, oh.
Well, what would they have put in that summer direct though? That's what I was wondering, because I was like, this direct is either going to be really huge. Well, yeah. Well, it would have been even less though, technically, right?
Well, was all the stuff from the direct, was it ready in the summer to just show off?
I mean,
they take a while to make them, right?
It would have been even less. Like I feel like E3 not being there was probably a good thing for them.
I'm just saying.
It's an impossible question to really answer of what assets would have been ready for the end of June versus mid-September.
Okay, right. Yeah, I just didn't know if it was ready or not. I mean, because I know Nate, you said something like it takes like 2 to 3 months to even put these things together or whatever.
This September direct, partners were briefed on it in about mid-June. Mm-hmm. So that's when Nintendo was planning to do something for September, and they reached out to third-party partners to say, hey, this is what we're planning. If you have a game that maybe we're interested in showcasing, let us know your interest, send us some assets, and they would have started putting it together throughout June and July, even probably a little into early August. But by then, it would have been close to being final in terms of content.
So what was everyone's thoughts on this direct? Okay, you can give it the old number grade. We'll go from 1 to 10.
5.
6.
5.
5.5.
This is a 4.
Oh man, I'm giving it the highest one because of Fire Emblem, so 7. I thought it was solid. I thought it was not crazy or mind blowing, but with Fire Emblem and with the release date, and also with Octopath Traveler 2, I mean, I felt that those were okay enough to be just okay, solid 7.
Are we grading on personal or what we think the quality was?
Yeah, what you think of it?
Quality is the same. I feel like no matter what. I mean, it's just personal at this point.
How you feel about it, Nate?
For me, I like a lot of these Japanese style games. So things like Fire Emblem Engage, Octopath Traveler 2 would resonate with me more than a lot of people who may have viewed the direct. So I would come in higher than a lot of people may feel. I'd probably come in around 7.5 to an 8. And I also would factor in that this was a direct focused a lot on Japan, especially with Japanese developer partners who want to showcase games in the direct and then have them on the show floor at Tokyo Game Show. So that really kind of influenced the games that were on display in this particular presentation. So I'm not going to detract from it for that reason. So I'd still probably settle in around an 8, even if my personal feelings may have come in closer to maybe a 6.
I got a 7 on it.
Yeah, it was okay. It was solid, but they've had better ones. Maybe I think it would have been better if they had GameCube games. Now, if they had GameCube games,
that's what I said.
The score could have just shot right up, right?
Let's just, if Sean, if Metroid was there, your number jumped, right?
hypothetically speaking, GameCube games. What score do you guys give it? It has GameCube instead of eight GameCube games.
Eight GameCube games? What?
It depends on the game.
Shot up to an 8. I literally said right after the direct, if they had GameCube games on there, I would have shot up.
I mean, 8 of them is ridiculous. That's a lot of GameCube games. They only had one here.
I think
one GameCube game here.
I feel like if you did that exact same direct, you did Zelda as the secondary announcement, and then you did like Metroid Prime Remaster as the final or something like that, that would have been a lot more interesting to me, because at least you're
really
showing
Metroid was going to be there.
You
really thought Metroid was going to show up?
Yeah. Now they got announced. Now they got announced on Twitter apparently.
If we had just seen Metroid remaster, it would have been a 9 for me. That's how excited I am.
Wasn't even on my radar at all. Okay.
Now they got announced. I guess they got to do a Twitter drop. I don't know.
Or Jeff Scrub is
Jeff shaving his head.
Don't.
I think a lot of people were expecting something, so they didn't get it, and that also played a part into how they feel about things. Because I was told, a lot of people were telling me, "Oh, OJ, it's your fault." I'm like, what the hell? It's not my fault. Like, oh, well, you were talking. I'm like, bro, no, do not sit there and think. Look, anybody, when Nate talks or when Jeff Grubb or when anybody says anything, that doesn't mean it's a definitive 100% thing. Like, don't take it as it's 100% something's going to be there. They're just saying what, they're just, because I saw the hate that Nate was getting, and people were trying to blame and people were pointing fingers all over the place. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys saw it, right?
I don't.
Because people like.
You have hate in your name.
Jeff has already addressed the situation surrounding him at this point multiple times. He put out a video today explaining what happened with Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, and how they didn't have 100% confirmation that it would be there. Mike Minotti said 100% in the podcast. Jeff had said he should have stepped in and said, we're not that confident. He didn't. He got overwhelmed in the hype. And, this ended up happening in the end. When I had Jeff on my show and we were giving our predictions, we deliberately set up the show with what we know is in the direct and then what we expect and predict could be there. Jeff and myself in the what we know said Mario Rabbids 2 and It Takes Two. Everything else following that were just predictions of what could be there. Obviously, we talked about Breath of the Wild 2, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, Metroid Prime.
Oof.
And
yeah, where's my Metroid Prime?
This is why people come in my chat and they start saying stuff, because they watch and they listen to y'all's videos and they come in, they're like, so you ready for Metroid? I'm like, bro, I don't assume it's gonna be there. And they're like, well, Nate says it, and it's like, bro, he's just guessing at the very best.
But that's the thing, if I can't give a prediction, what word do people want to use? Expectation? Because everyone here on this channel has put out direct expectation or prediction videos. So when you get 90% of them wrong, why aren't you getting attacked? How come sometimes people can separate predictions for some, maybe. But if Jeff, myself, or others put out a prediction, people want to take that as fact, they'll reframe it as a prediction.
Let me tell you.
Your prediction's not correct. I said Pikmin 4 and it was there. I was correct.
The thing is, see you guys is like inside. They see you guys is like a little bit of and that's why I was trying to tell them. I'm trying to tell people, like, listen, sometimes they also predict, they also like have their own predictions and stuff too. There's sometimes they say things and sometimes they don't. When it comes to Fire Emblem, you guys were like spot on with Fire Emblem, like, so
yeah, Fire Emblem is something I talked about in January.
Yeah, exactly. Which I talked about. I was like, okay, on Nate's talking about, let me see. And then the leaks came out with it, right? So like, oh, it's been done. So it's like, we shouldn't just go into it thinking that like everything that somebody has to say, that means it's going to happen 100%,
Yeah, like with Metroid Prime, if you wanted to use something on Grub, like, yes, earlier this year, I believe it was May, he said it's 100% going to be out this holiday. So he predicted it would be in the direct due to timing. It makes sense. When else are they going to announce it if it is indeed coming out this holiday in time for the 20th anniversary, other than a direct in mid-September? That's not an unreasonable prediction to make based on him hearing that it was going to come out this year.
I'm excited for the day they just show up on Twitter and just drop it. Go away.
Whenever we see it, I'm so excited. I'm just expecting pretty much the game still looks great. Yeah, I hope they just drop like a cool 3-minute trailer.
Remaster. That's it. It's out 2 months from now. Go away.
I mean, it just sounds like Nate at this point, you're going to have to like put on the kid gloves and like have a visual disclaimer, you know, like on your screen at all times. And then at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end of your podcast, reinforce that again, these are either just predictions or these are things that are subject to change, because I feel like people, no matter what, are just going to completely like crucify you every single time.
You see, I had a tweet I did a couple weeks ago where people were mad at me over some review score I did. And I basically was like, all right, all my reviews are just supposed to be informative, but they're opinions. If you're getting mad, you're ruining your own day. Maybe you should just do that, Nate, and be like, hey, I'm here to talk about games and do predictions. And if I'm wrong, don't let it ruin your day.
Hey, Nate's not even allowed on Reddit anymore.
Let it ruin their day.
My thing is, if I'm clear and say this is what I know is there and the rest are predictions, if you cannot differentiate between the two, that's not a failure on my part. That's a failure on you.
On the public school system.
It's on you to understand that these are predictions and we are not framing it as fact. We're framing it as something that may happen. If I want to say, God, I'm predicting that tomorrow Sean is going to stub his toe on the tub, fall down and break his neck. I'm not promising you he's going to die.
Put that in the universe.
It might happen. It may happen. I'm telling you, it's going to happen.
Sean, watch out for bathtub.
That's a fucking harsh prediction.
Cool. Sean doesn't clean himself.
Prediction.
That's some
that was like voodoo doll predictions.
Yeah, he's got his doll twisting the legs, putting a tiny copy of
bathtubs. He's getting a copy.
He gets a voodoo doll and he pushes
people
into
who
it.
Come out and they get mad over it, where they're saying you're wrong about GameCube stuff. Show me one credible rumor who was saying GameCube stuff would be here. There were some predictions. There were some speculations of maybe it could be. If you went into it expecting GameCube as a viable outcome, that is a reflection on you. That is not a reflection on any coverage that came out there. And we're going to touch on this again with Konami at Tokyo Game Show.
I mean, it's not the superior GameCube version, but it's still there.
Yes, technically it is a GameCube.
Tales from Symphonia. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's kind of the PS2 version, but you know, yeah.
I say just don't worry about it.
Anyway, that was the direct. Look out for Metroid Prime apparently on Twitter. There you go.
Right, and the absence of an announcement does not make that project not real. And I think that is how people are walking away from it.
That's true.
It's not announced, so that means the rumor that the game is a thing must not be true.
That happens a lot, but that's how Nintendo catches them sometimes. Remember the whole Paper Mario thing? People were talking about it for so long. Nintendo just showed up one day and was like, "Here's Paper Mario." It was on Twitter. Just out in 2 months.
It happened with Fire Emblem. People were like, "Where's Fire?" Because remember
and they said it wasn't real.
It's not there. You know,
my thumbnail in January is Marth with red and blue hair. A little too on the nose, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Oh, but people in February calling me a liar and the game wasn't real. Fast forward 7 months. It looks like the games are real.
The real question is, where the fuck is Batman, Nathaniel?
It's in the
Sean,
vault.
I told you 12 times now. If you had just ordered the Steam Deck,
I'm about to get one
a year ago, you would have had it and been through. Well, you probably would have played Batman for 5 minutes and then been like, all right, I'm good. But like,
I love Batman.
You just buy a Steam Deck, Sean. Be done with it.
Expensive, man.
I know. I can afford one, man, but yeah, it's the waiting list is killing me.
Get it?
I only got $20.
You bought that Cowabunga collection thing that came with a coupon for a pizza that you're never going to use. You'd at least use.
I'm not even opening that.
Oh, good. This is from Agent Redbeard says, thoughts on a Paperboy reboot? I think it would be cool. Choose mode of transportation, tricks for a high score, etc.
I've played a lot of Paperboy.
That would be out of nowhere random, but I would like it. I'm all for that. Let me go to Evan here. We have a Discord question there, Evan.
Would you rather see Mother 3 officially localized or get a Chrono Trigger HD 2D remake?
Oh,
Chrono Trigger.
Oh, that's tough. I feel like we have Chrono Trigger a bunch of different ways. But we also have Mother 3 a bunch of different ways, like through like emulation.
Whoa, don't say the E word.
That's tough. Man, I almost want to. I kind of would want to see Chrono Trigger done up right. I mean, HD2 would be cool, but like really go after it. Final Fantasy 7 remake that thing. I guess Chrono Trigger, because you can play Mother 3 as it is, but Chrono Trigger, like new style and everything would be cool. You got another one, Evan?
Do you think Sony or Microsoft will be the first one to truly believe in generations and move away from last gen for first party games?
They're doing that with the PlayStation VR right now.
That sounds like a prediction. So if that doesn't happen, can I come back and tell you you're a fucking idiot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
People will anyways.
No, they're gonna patch
fucking idiots.
They're gonna patch games, but like it's
what the fuck?
They're breaking away. That's new generation right there. All right. Let's go to Sony State of Play.
Yeah.
How many games do we have here? 10?
10 games in 20 minutes. Yep.
Okay, let's start off with Tekken 8. Gameplay was shown, I think. It looked really good. That was the problem. I was like, hold on, is this gameplay? Is this cinematic? I don't know. It kind of flashed between, and it still looked really good when I felt like it was gameplay. So it's next gen or current gen only, PS5, Xbox Series, PC. It looked good. People have been hoping for a new Tekken game. There it is.
Unreal Engine 5 too as well. So
yep. It looks good.
I think it's gonna be a while before we see it though.
Okay.
It's gonna be a little bit of time. It'll be a little bit of time.
Yeah. At least got the confirmation. They showed it off somewhat, and now they can do the thing where they reveal characters as they go along, kind of like what Street Fighter's doing right now. So it looks good though. I like it. I like what I'm seeing there.
I was kind of worried though they didn't show the door.
True.
PSVR 2, we had Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy Edge and Demio.
Yeah. I didn't care. Both these games, I thought both the PSVR trailers were the low light of this presentation.
Like a Dragon Ishin.
That looks
all right,
awesome.
Max. This is February 2023, PS4 and PS5, according to their trailer.
This is the most bizarre announcement. So this game came out a long time ago. It's Yakuza, but in feudal Japan. They made it. Yakuza fans have been begging for this game. It came out on PlayStation 3 originally, and apparently Sega just thought nobody would buy it. And the Sega came out and said that Ghost of Tsushima selling so much made them realize that they can sell a feudal Japan story to Americans.
I think that made a lot of people realize that based on what we're seeing right now, which is cool. Which is great to see. This is a game, by the way, that got almost a perfect score. It's like one of the only games that almost get a perfect score in Famitsu.
And apparently they had a gameplay demo at Tokyo Game Show. People played it. Apparently they remade the whole gameplay, and it's great.
I actually played it back in the day on the PlayStation 3, and it's cool. It's just, I mean, I'm not a big Yakuza fan, I'll be honest, but I thought it was cool at the time.
Did you see it? They said with this trailer, they also said that it's not going to be called Yakuza anymore. No, that going forward, they're moving away from Yakuza, so all the games are called Like a Dragon.
Like a Dragon, which is a good idea because it's just for universal.
Makes sense.
I think it makes sense to just call it like a Dragon, and that's a cool name too. So
yeah, that's what it was always called in Japan.
Yeah.
They showed Hogwarts Legacy again. Okay, cool. It's coming out February next year. Yeah, Pacific Drive. This is 2023.
That's weird. That game was weird.
I double checked. So I'm like, I don't know what I just saw, but they have a PlayStation blog post up, kind of describing it, and it sounds different than what I was expecting.
Yeah.
They said in 1955, the United States government seized a region of the Pacific Northwest by eminent domain. The Olympic Peninsula became the staging ground for promising new technologies, but these utopian creations came at great cost. Severe radiations, environmental collapse, and supernatural horrors. The government walled off the area and established the Olympic exclusion zone. What happened inside was never disclosed. It's a road light game. It's a fun play on words, where I guess you drive in the station wagon and you reset and keep different things to try to make your runs better in order to, I assume, escape or solve whatever issue's going on.
Seems interesting.
Yeah, very unique. I don't know. I didn't get that from the trailer they showed, but I wonder if it's first person. I don't know if I would like that for a driving game.
It looks like it is. It looks like it's fully first person, which is kind of the most appealing part to me.
Okay. Yeah, definitely was not expecting something like that, but it's fun. We'll see. PlayStation Stars is that loyalty program that they had revealed to us prior. They showed off a few things, just like Ape Escape, a PlayStation 3 system. Asia's going to start rolling out actually pretty soon, and then it'll head to the Americas in the weeks after. Just them building on their trophy stuff, just fine. I haven't really seen Microsoft do much with their achievement system, so maybe this will kind of kick them into gear on that, because we really haven't had much evolution of these like rewards or trophies kind of stuff in a little while. So I'm curious what we have to do to earn some of these if you're really into the trophy hunting stuff. So like if you have to beat a game in the first week, I assume Max, you'll get it before the game's out.
Yeah.
So like I assume reviewers will just have these things pretty easily.
And they're gonna have to disqualify us because I mean it just wouldn't be fair because I have platinumed games before they came out. There's no way that they'd have to make some sort of exclusion list.
They could probably set it so that when the game itself goes live, that's when the timer starts. It's like the first 1,000 people who platinum this thing get Kratos, you know, for like Ragnarok, but it starts at midnight when it launches, and that's when the 1,000 of them go out, and whoever beats it then will get it. And so, which technically means you could probably load a save file, Max, and just wait.
Or if I know there's the last trailer, because I did that with Ghost of Tsushima. When I platinumed Ghost of Tsushima, I just popped it pretty much right as it came out.
Yeah. Sin Duality. It's like an action game with mechs. 2023.
The bottom of the screen said there was going to be online versus multiplayer.
Yeah, I don't know what that. It's like PvPvE, I think.
Yeah. I
don't know. It was interesting looking. It had mechs, kind of that over the top Japanese flair to it. I'm sure we'll see more about that I don't know if they had it playable or anything at TGS, but Project Eve is now Stellar Blade. That's next year on the PS5. It looks good. The game, it looks like they're trying to go for that Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, kind of over the top action feel to it. But it looks good. I'm interested, but some of it looked when they were showing it looked a little janky at times. So curious. We'll see when that comes out next year. And then we had Rise of the Ronin, which I think I know God of War looked good, but like for new game announcements, this was it for me.
Yeah.
This looks awesome. It's not coming out 2024. That's the only thing. PS5 action RPG from Team Ninja. Looks like a faster, over the top Ghost of Tsushima almost.
Best announcement of the show for me was Rise of the Ronin. And good to see Team Ninja try to do something, because I mean they know Ninja Gaiden's kind of like
they're doing this, and they're doing Wolong as well.
Yeah, they're doing
a lot of stuff right now.
They've got big big teams. They've got enough people to make games. It's just that they want stuff to sell. Like the problem, Koei Tecmo, was that they don't have that big game that's going to sell, and they want to sell 5 million of this, right? I think that's what they said. Want to sell 5. So I was excited for Team Ninja to kind of get back into it with something that I think can finally hit a target for them, you know, so they can make more, you know, bigger games and all that. So I'm excited for this.
I like what I was seeing. Visually it looked good. Some of the combos they showed off, where they stabbed the guy and then shot him with the same weapon. It looks cool. They even showed a scene where they jumped off almost like a sort of a cliff into the city and had like the wings come out and stuff. And kind of gliding, so kind of open world, maybe open zone. As
I think they said it's open world.
I think they said it's open world.
Yeah, I think they said you can kind of just play the way that you want to play it. There's going to be a bunch of skills and all that. Open world action RPG. This is what I wanted to see from Team Ninja. So I'm very, very excited for this one.
It looks great. I want to see more about this one. The only thing, like I said, is this 2024, and I'm like, I saw that pop up, and I'm like, I mean, I know that's technically like a year and 4 months away, but it feels like forever away. But we're going to start seeing more of those going into next year. We're going to start seeing 2024 at the end of some of these trailers now. So
I hate it.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, they know, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's cool to see an update from Team Ninja, what they're working on next, the big thing, you know, next. So yeah, I'll be making a big video on this game because I was looking at it in depth, and I like what I see from it. So I'm excited.
It looks great. And then big closeout, God of War Ragnarok. But this is funny. I went back and double checked, because I'm like, that couldn't have just been me. People who did reaction to this thing. Everyone saw that control and thought that was the closeout.
Yep.
The God of War controller, the DualSense. That's how they're closing this thing out. Everyone basically was like, don't end on just the controller. I mean, the controller, I don't even think it looks that good, to be honest.
It's fine.
I feel like you could, I don't know. I feel like I could have done different things. It's fine. It's a controller. I have plenty of DualSense controllers right now, but God of War Ragnarok looked incredible in this trailer.
Oh God,
this was
beautiful,
amazing. Just so many different enemy types they showed, which, I mean, that was a big thing with the first one. People were like, there's not a lot of enemy types, and like the bosses. It looks like there's a lot going on here when it comes to the variety, which is cool. They even showed almost like it was like a mermaid or something at one point, where he looked out through that was cool. I'm like, are he's fighting those and
all the lore
Valkyrie at the same time almost? And it was at the end, obviously, he's taking some swings at Thor. I love that scene though, where they both throw, like he throws the axe, Thor throws the hammer. They hit in the middle. They're just floating there, and like you see Thor like snap his finger to grab. Yeah,
everybody keeps making gifs of that snap. Because if you zoom in on the 4K trailer, the way he like super arrogantly like Thanos snaps to pull his freaking hammer back, it's so good.
They clash again. Oh, that was great. Yeah, so I'm excited for this game.
Dude,
I think it's gonna be good.
I don't need to see anymore, to be honest. I'm done.
Yeah, 1000%.
I'm greedy.
If you show me more, it's gonna show too much. Like I think they tease just enough dialogue between Atreus and Kratos to where it's like you're like I was curious how like Atreus is really gonna play into the story, especially when we see at the end of the previous. So like the fact that they give you kind of a hint, and then I really like the lines where they're saying like, has anyone ever prayed to you, or have you ever felt that kind of love as a god, like, or and it's just like, well, Kratos didn't really necessarily ask to be a god.
The best quote though is death can have me when it earns me.
Death can have me when
that's good.
So good. Yeah,
so that whole trailer. But I almost like the hurt in Atreus's voice at times. I just think that it's so interesting that they're managing to grow such great characters so much.
Yeah, Freya looks unhinged, like when she's pulling that mistletoe off of his neck.
Yeah,
like she's just like, oh, I'm gonna kill you and I'm gonna enjoy it.
So the one thing I want to pitch to y'all, did you see when obviously the great shot where Atreus shoots the arrow and it seems to rip the sky and make it night? Do you think that's going to be like we can make a day-night cycle?
Yeah, I think so. That's like, it's like Zelda, you play a song and it would go from day to night. That in case you shoot an arrow and it goes from day like that. I don't know. There's a lot here.
So cool.
What were we saying, OJ?
No, I forgot.
Oh,
sorry.
There's a lot in that trailer to look through, but it's
Oh, I remember.
I mean, a lot of people were like, "Oh, Elden Ring is gonna be game that." I don't know. We'll see when this comes out. What were you saying, OJ?
Damn it! Okay, no. The writing's always been good in God of War games. Now it's just that they're just taking it to the next level here, like with the writing and some of the stuff. But it's always been good. Like it's always been interesting and like cool stories with great voice acting. But it just seems like they really put a lot of time focusing on that. Like that's what I've noticed with this one. Regardless of how I feel about the combat, that doesn't matter. What matters is like they're really putting their time and effort into the actual like the writing and the gameplay and the story. So that's cool for the larger audience of people that are playing the God of War franchise now. So I can't hate on them for that. Can't hate on them for that. So I'm looking forward to just playing it.
Can he jump now?
No.
Yes.
I don't think does he have a jump button now? Is it jump?
Well, he has a grapple hook now, so it looks like he'll be able to grab onto stuff above you.
The grapple's back, yeah.
No jump. Hey, look, it is what it is. I don't think people care about the jump button.
I think you did. The doors of the game.
Oh no, I don't like God of War's new gameplay compared to the old God of War. I like old God of War more, but the story for sure is like you can't deny that the story and what they're doing with the characters is not incredible. You can't deny that. Incredible. But no, I do like. I mean, I'll take God of War 3's gameplay. I like God of War 3. The gameplay, and God of War, maybe not God of War 2, but God of War 2 is awesome. But God of War 3 for sure is like incredible. Like the combos and like the variety that you can do is nuts. But I can understand why they're gonna move away from that and go to what they're doing now. Like I completely get it. Like it's the right decision on their end,
But Jordan Vision asks, what if Kratos gets killed with a golf club at the beginning of the game?
That would be definitely surprising.
I kind of think I think because they shows a lot of clips out of context, I almost wonder if that Thor fight is like in the first 2 or 3 hours of the game.
No, I think it is. I think it's gonna be like the Baldur fight.
Yeah, I wonder.
Why would we end off of on a certain point?
I think it's going to be halfway through because we're going to have that hammer for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
And in the trailer, they talk about betraying the Allfather. So I think that the main big bad is going to be Odin. And they said in an interview a couple of years ago that we're going to kill, or this is the end of this storyline. The whole Norse storyline is about the end. So I think we're going to kill Odin. I think we're going to kill everybody.
He shows up at the doorstep, right? That's him.
No, that's Thor. It's Thor.
No, there's a different character that shows up at the door. In the
trailer. In the trailer. Yeah, sorry. I thought you meant the teaser at the end of the first game. Yes, you're right. At the door.
Yeah,
they
opened the door.
Let's do the prediction now. Do you think Kratos gets out of this game alive?
No, he dies.
Okay.
He's dead.
He's dead.
I think Atreus finds out, and like I said in my reaction is like I think it's gonna kind of be a revisit to how God of War started in general. Is Atreus sees like the prophecy and tries to keep it from happening. He won't tell Kratos. He doesn't know Kratos knows. You know, like what we saw at the end of the first game. He's gonna try to keep it from happening. Like let you know, you don't have anyone protecting you, and Kratos is like, I don't need anybody to protect me, and then he ends up kind of fulfilling the prophecy. So I think
we all know he's gonna die.
Yeah,
he pretty much did at the end of God of War 3. Then they had to retcon it. Then they had to retcon it somehow and make it to where he survived. But dude was dead at the end.
But Atreus doesn't know that, you know, like Atreus doesn't know what a freaking monster god slayer his dad was fully. So.
And that's I kind of think that whole line of "no one worshipped you." I kind of think that he's gonna finally die altruistically, because I do feel like Kratos. The biggest problem is that. Kratos is so selfish, he wouldn't lift a finger to do anything except Atreus. So I feel like he's going to end up dying to help Atreus, and he'll finally be a god.
Yeah, when he says, like, have you ever had anybody, like, worship you? I was like, well, Atreus worships him.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Atreus is going to stab him and kill him.
If anything, it's the one person
Mistletoe
who just looks up to him. Yeah.
Maybe they'll both die.
No, he can't. He can't. Atreus can't yet.
Atreus will kill Kratos.
They in a boat wreck or something, just like halfway through the game. Like,
oh my god!
I am drowning, boy.
It's like the biggest douche.
I cannot swim.
I think they're gonna kill him off, and they're just like, there's gonna be like a new God of War or something different later.
With how fast that kid's growing up, that voice actor sounds 10 years older in 4 years.
He almost like a certain line almost reminded me of the voice actor of Zuko, Dante Bosco. I was like, man, this is giving me like the angsty teen I must fight for my honor vibes.
He's gonna be the new God of War. Next God of War is just Atreus.
I'm looking forward to it. We're only a couple months out. Exciting stuff. You're on that too, right, Sean? Ragnarok?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be getting that. That looks real good.
Go through some of these super chats. So I'll talk about Xbox and just general thoughts on Tokyo Game Show, and then we will have the after show with Sean, of course.
Debauchery.
Christian says, I feel like Tears of the Kingdom isn't showing us gameplay because it's a farming sim. That'd be the ultimate twist.
Let's go.
God, did you see the edit that somebody made of God of War, and then it switches to Kratos just like farming the field?
Yes. Yeah.
Type says, I asked the RGT this in one of his live streams, but what would you say your favorite games this year are for? Xbox, Switch, or PlayStation?
I've been loving PlayStation quite a bit.
Xenoblade. Played Elden Ring on PlayStation. I played Xenoblade on Switch. Nothing like my favorite games. Horizon, I liked Horizon. That was on PlayStation.
Gran Turismo, baby.
I don't like Gran Turismo as much as like those games. I don't know. I mean, I play a lot of Halo Infinite, but that came out last year technically.
Still holding on to it.
Platoon is
I thought you moved on to Destiny.
I played Destiny. I realized I was the army person in Destiny trying to play with a bunch of wizards. So, also people can't shoot at all in that game. People just have a hard time just shooting in that game.
I know.
Everyone just bursts into like electricity and stuff, and I'm like, I thought we were shooting each other with guns, and I'm dead. So I tried. Also, Destiny 2's netcode is worse than Halo's. I don't know if people realize this, but I will shoot people. 3 seconds later, they die after I'm dead. Like, this happens a lot. So I'm like, okay, I was really hard on Halo. Like, their slip space engine is just better when it comes to shooting and combat. Not with magic, though. Destiny's got that on lock. Also, I mean, the raids and the content that Destiny has is just significantly better. So, PvE, it's untouchable there. Vaughn says State of Play 1 due to Ishin, Sega 1 due to 3 Like a Dragon games. Type says, Nate, so what about Silent Hill?
Yeah. Piece of
shit.
What about it?
Where's the
door?
door?
Happened? Yeah.
What do you mean what happened?
Show us the door.
You'll see the door to Silent Hill soon.
MVG isn't back yet. Nate was hoping
I was hoping it would have been announced while MVG was away, because it would have been funny. I could have joked with him when he came back for an episode recording that he tried to evade the whole thing. Instead, maybe it'll be announced as soon as he arrives.
I think MVG has a chance to get Silent Hill on the PlayStation 4 or 5 before you do, Nate.
What do you mean?
Reveal.
No.
He's gonna make it happen. He's gonna get Silent Hill on there before you do.
Haven't you seen the VGC report as of like 2 weeks ago that the Silent Hill announcement is in the immediate future?
They might want to do that.
Who
next
wrote
week,
it?
Then. It might want to be next week. Is all I'm going to say, because MVG is about to land with a purpose, and I know what he's going to do, and he is going to.
He can't just port Silent Hill 1.
He stopped porting it though
without Konami's licensing permission.
No, I'm telling you, he doesn't do any of that. He's got a plan. I talked with him. All right. He's getting Silent Hill on that PlayStation before you do.
I saw those plans. They're good.
Oh yeah, I know what I was talking about.
This is gonna be great. Yeah, you're gonna be so mad, Nate.
Konami, as long as if Konami's plans are still on track as they were earlier this summer, they still have intent of announcing Silent Hill very
Better
soon.
hope they do it before MVG's next video.
Hey, if they delay this announcement again, then I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Ross,
You laughing at Sean?
Xbox lost PlayStation 1 says, my world is flipped upside down the day I discovered RGT on the PS3.
Fuck that thing. It ate my Gran Turismo 5-disc, and then it didn't work. I used to have that. It was a video that I had on my Facebook, but it was on an old Facebook account. I didn't show my wiener in it or anything, but it was literally in the toilet, and I took a piss on it, and I was like, PS3.
When did you
I get it? PS.
It broke. So what was I supposed to do?
Throw it in the garbage like a normal
Obviously,
person.
pee on it. That was the first thought.
And then pick it up out of the toilet afterwards and handle it with your bare hands.
Yeah, I don't think you can flush that. Yeah.
Ross says between the positive shift of Sonic Frontiers and the Like a Dragon blowout, I think Sega somehow won Tokyo Game Show.
Agreed.
Well, Sakurai, he said, "Hey,
he did. He gave it the stamp of approval."
Pieces of shit. Now it's a good game all of a sudden.
Oh, the way that they showed it off was the way that they showed it off was terrible. It was their fault that people were saying that it wasn't good. It was their fault.
Supersonic this time.
I'm ready.
Huzzah says, don't sleep on Freedom Planet 2. It's awesome.
Freedom Planet's great.
Rican says, seen a ton of people giving lower scores all week long solely because of the expectation for Metroid, GameCube, Zelda, GameCube games, blame leakers. Hey, first of all, GameCube games were there. Tales Symphonia was there. Thank you.
Second off, that wasn't why my score was low. My score was low because what was there, I was not a huge fan of a lot of it.
There you go.
Not one. It's all because one thing happens or one thing doesn't happen. That doesn't mean it's a seesaw effect.
Joe says, anyone else notice that 007 PC is MIA from Microsoft's announcement? What's happening with that? I only have access to PC Game Pass. So I don't have an Xbox. Ooh, that's a good question, actually. I think it's some. It might only
boot
be
up your Switch, my boy.
That is. I'm going to tell you that is a very weird situation. That I can't believe GoldenEye's even releasing. Is what I'll say. That is a very weird situation. So, it might be just Xbox. I don't know. We'll see. Demolition says, I'm addicted to Splatoon 3. Does anyone believe that card game would make a good mobile game for Nintendo?
Nah, screw that card game.
I haven't even played it yet.
I haven't really played it either. Yeah. Gravity says, small reminder that you can zoom your screen double tapping the home button so you can only see your screen. Oh, that's a good point. On this way, and I might try that. Actually, wait, what am I saying? I'm just gonna look at Sean's screen the whole time. Fuck you.
Yeah, just know when he's coming around the corner. Take him out.
I know it's gonna happen every time when you're playing, and I'm
see him planning mines. Don't go in that room.
I will make a video on you exposing it.
How will you prove it though?
Speculation.
It happened every time too. Back in the day, you'd be walking up, sneaking up on something,
screen
turn around
lookers,
last minute
man.
and shoot you. Every time, you know they were.
What the hell N64 game were we playing, Sean? And you accused me of screen.
It was Whitback.
Isn't that the go-to? If you're losing, don't you just start saying people are screen looking?
Bro, I will say you're a cheater. I will say you're a hacker, a modder, a duper.
No, you made me play Dr. Mario against you, knowing I can't see color.
I didn't know that. I forgot that. Then I remembered,
That's
but I still didn't
cyberbullying.
care.
And then you put the game back on when I kept kicking your ass in F-Zero.
Blame me. I mean, blame God, not me.
Blame God.
me.
Yeah, blame. He's doing that. He's blaming you.
Michael says, finally finished Tales of Arise onto TMNT, Shredder's Revenge. Great work, guys and gal. Hey, Shredder's Revenge is awesome. Have fun with that. Triforce says, Metroid Prime 4 gets a JPEG logo, no gameplay in 2017. Everybody's over the moon for it, but when Pikmin 4 gets a similar treatment, actually, it got one more. It got a screenshot and a shirt.
Get him,
Yeah,
Sean.
it got a T-shirt.
I already
Sean.
replied to the replied to that in the comments.
What's the excuse?
There is no excuse. It's all first off, people were with Metroid Prime 4, it was nice to see it, but people weren't banking the presentation on that being one of the big announcements there. There was so much other stuff that happened at that presentation. Metroid Prime 4 was just a nice thing. This Pikmin 4 thing was meant to be built up as a special thing. Plus, people were still upset that we only saw a JPEG of Metroid Prime 4. And people are upset that we only saw a JPEG of Pikmin 4. Once again, it's not
Did I watch something different? I thought
people were really happy. People
I thought they actually showed footage of Pikmin 4. Didn't they actually show like Pikmin like walking?
They should have walked like 1 inch and turned towards each other. I don't even count that as gameplay.
Okay, I thought I was.
I got a screenshot. I don't know what Metroid Prime 4 looks like. I kind of know what Pikmin looks like. Mobile says theater rhythm was a legit hype moment to me in the direct. Almost gave up hope on the series coming back since All-Star Carnival was years ago.
Hell
Scott,
yeah, brother.
Scott says, I got my Steam Deck. It is awesome. See, Sean, stamp approval there from Scott.
Why do you keep saying JPEG? I'm watching again. They show environments and they're going through them. Why is everyone saying JPEG?
Oh, they're panning. They're panning.
Yeah,
pan. Oh, they're panning. Okay.
So it sounds. I don't know. It sounds like there's more there than Metroid Prime 4. I don't know what Prime 4 looks like. I know what the temporary logo looks like.
Oh, we've seen some concept art.
Great. Trom says,
hey,
missed opportunity that P5 Switch won't use Amiibo. Oh yeah, I guess there's Joker Amiibo. Manada Mario says, it's amazing that Tears of the Kingdom releases on the same day as Etika's birthday. I did not realize that. Is that? I think it's coincidence. Just coincidence,
yeah,
right?
it's just
It's definitely
okay. Early May is a big release date because that's my birthday, and almost every year some big game or some big movie, or usually both, comes out.
Dick Cannon says, regarding Zelda, I bet this game isn't done. They just showed us things that is already an engine, the Breath of the Wild engine. There's been no story information other than the concept art and footage of the new land. Game isn't ready. Well, it wasn't ready for this year, but I think they gave a hard date. I think that thing's coming out then.
No, they're definitely done with all like
fine tuning.
Yeah, it's fine tuning and it's bug fixing and it's making sure it's getting ready. It's not like they're still implementing who's going to be the final boss and stuff like
I wonder, part of me is like wondering how much they've watched what people have done with Breath of the Wild and been like, we are going to either safeguard or we're going to give more allowance to creativity for the players in this next one. Like, are ragdoll physics and stuff the same? Are like all the physics going to be completely the same? I wonder if they're going to like go in and create more safeguards or leave it as open-ended. Because like I love watching Breath of the Wild videos still to this day of the new things people are still finding. And I wonder if they've taken into account like running that through QA more.
What about weapons deteriorating?
We don't know.
What about slipping when it's raining when you're climbing?
Jordan, you can open a door.
I know. I'm so excited.
It's double. It's a
That's
double.
now
so
you can
sick.
fly on something, so I don't think the range.
Nah, that's not
matter.
as cool. The door was cooler.
You can fly. So
Yeah, the door.
really
Was
likes
cool.
Hypothetically,
The door was sick. Do you see how
Yeah.
big it was? And you just pushed
What
it
if the
open?
door doesn't exist and it's just a figment of our imagination that's being created within the tiers of the kingdom that we saw in the hieroglyphics with the amulets?
You think the door is going to play a role in the conclusion
What are you
where
smoking
like
right now?
Zelda is on the door and Link can't get on and the tears of the kingdom are going to engulf Link? He's going to drown in them?
It's like a Noah's Ark
Don't
thing,
don't
yeah.
spoil the game. That sounds really legit.
yeah, it sounds like a real leak.
Oh, are you confirming, Nate?
Yeah, from the leak of my eye.
Recon says, some of you all tripping about Zelda's new teaser when Sony didn't show a thing about God of War until 2 months prior to release. I didn't hear it.
Well, that's factually
true.
wrong.
That's just not
People
true.
complained a lot.
We've seen God of War for a very long
How
time.
many super chats said DLC? What's wrong with God of War? What's going on? What's going?
People online make shit up and then they tell you it's your opinion. Like, you defended it. Like, what are you talking about?
No, the revisionist for sure. Like, I'm not making that argument because God of War was kind of like we don't really know what to expect. But for me, what was the one? Death Stranding, I think it was OJ's favorite game. I feel like they kept showing a lot every time.
No one believed him either.
Yeah, we were just expecting a twist because he kept focusing on like if you urinate on this rock, you'll get a pea mushroom. We were like, the game can't literally be this.
Like that's a good example of it, like the like the game being like kind of too far out, and they kept showing things that it kind of backfired. Does that make sense?
I think the game sucking.
Whoa!
Did you finish the game?
No, I played 15 hours, and I was like,
that's not like it's.
I'm surprised you guys.
I don't need to play it.
15 hours is nothing.
If I need to play a game for more than 15 hours to find out if it's good or not, it's not a good game.
I mean, like, listen, I understand.
You just played Metal Gear Solid 5.
It's not a bad game.
Click
the
says
story
it's a good
sucked,
game,
but
I like it.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, maybe it's just me and I don't get to have a penis, so I don't get to make penis jokes, so I don't get to pee on mushrooms and make mushrooms. Like, I'm happy to have a penis.
You can still do that in the game, though.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's a good game. Yeah.
So, Click, you're saying if they make Death Stranding VR, are you just going to stare at Norman Reedus's dick with the headset on? Because it's great. It's like having a dick. Okay, anyways, move on. This joke didn't land.
That means I would have like what, a total of 5 games for VR? I don't know if that's still enough to warrant the price.
True. Ruffle says it's meant. Oh, Tears of the Kingdom. It's meant to be more story based, so maybe that's why they're sharing less. Plus, Breath of the Wild is still in the top 20. You need to heavily advertise the game. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to buy it anyway, but I am curious. I think there's a twist in the game they have not shown us. So.
Yeah, the door is the final boss.
Next year, time travel, slipping through Lemillion your way through different things. Maybe fusion with other characters. I don't know. Who knows?
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, hey, you never know. They did it with Xenoblade.
Tenkai.
Do it here too.
What did you say? Hentai?
Isn't Budokai Tenkai? Isn't that a thing?
Tenkaichi.
What are you talking about, bro? Like,
Naruto.
Naruto? What about Naruto?
Fucking amazing.
Sharded says when
Sean's having a stroke.
Yeah, there's no
got it along with Octopath and Raincode. Anything Sean didn't care for, I got hyped. Look at that.
When I saw Fire Emblem, I was like, yes. Yes, when I saw Xenoblade, I was like, yes. That's why I made that tweet when I was like, me watching Sean get angry at the I already knew he was going to be angry at it.
I like those announcements. Those are actually good announcements, and they happened in the first part, so I was fine with them.
So
maybe not so much the DLC, but Fire Emblem was cool.
Let's go to the
You haven't even played Xeno 3 though. Like, why would you be excited for the DLC? You haven't even played the base game.
For the fans of the series, I can have empathy towards other people, OJ. Come on now.
I'm pretty sure the after show has proven that to be a lie.
I know, seriously, but I thought you were.
I'll get it eventually. I'm in no rush.
You're a big fan. Big Xenoblade fan.
Let's go to the
played
the
all
Xbox
of them except for
Tokyo
3.
Game Show, which I guess the big 3 would have been the last one for the show. They mostly gave updates on games we already know about and just started dumping stuff in the Game Pass. Let's see. This is over on Windows Central with everything announced. Persona 5 Royal. It's next month. Wolong Fallen Dynasty. They gave us a demo. The demo is actually really good.
It's extremely good.
I don't know if anyone. I played it. You played it, Max.
Yeah, I have a video coming out tomorrow talking about it. But yeah, I loved it.
Sean played it.
What?
Wolong Fallen Dynasty.
No,
sorry. I thought you were covering the games industry. My bad. So Max,
I didn't even know Xbox had a fucking thing, to be honest with you, until you said it before the show. And I was like,
no. Okay. Wolong Fallen Dynasty. The gameplay is good. It's like it's a faster Neo.
It's Neo 3, yeah.
Yeah, it's faster. Like they have this interesting system where you have like temporary levels called morale, and like you boost it up as you plant these flags. And if you defeat a bunch of enemies, it'll boost up temporarily, so you can go take down a boss or something. But if you die, it resets to whatever your minimum rank was that you had.
It is, and enemies can level up with their morale. They'll take your morale. So if you lose to an enemy, they get stronger and stronger.
But you can go then take out an enemy that's been messing somebody up, and you'll like avenge them and stuff. It's very interesting. But I like what I was seeing there. It's a hour or so demo, maybe. If you're good and you get through it, it's maybe a bit over an hour, but it's fun. It's time though, so it'll be gone in 9 days. So I recommend people at least download it and give it a shot. See what you think. Exoprimal. They showed this again. I'm still unsure on this game, but
I've played it. It's really fun, I promise.
Okay. It still looks like Anthem.
No, it doesn't play like that at all. It plays like Left 4 Dead with machine guns. The interesting thing is you're playing in parallel realities. So while you're playing it, you'll be like fighting through a city filled with dinosaurs, but you'll see the ghosts of the other team, and you're trying to kill all the dinosaurs and get through the city before they can. And it's actually kind of a cool mechanic. And occasionally there'll be bleed over where somebody from their reality comes into your dimension as a dinosaur. So you'll be like a T-Rex and eating the other team before you get kicked back to your universe.
I think it's 5-person team, so I guess whenever it comes out, we could try to field a team and run it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle and Guilty Gear Strive. So Arc System Works showing up on the Xbox. Blaze Blue is 2023 as well as Guilty Gear Strive. So good to see that for Game Pass subscribers. Naraka Blade Point, that's getting an update. Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch remaster. I did not know that this was not on the... I actually forgot that this was not on the Xbox. This, I guess it did release on PlayStation, Switch, and PC. So, I mean, hey, Microsoft at least trying to do something here when it comes to Japan, making Game Pass deals for games that have been out on other platforms, but at least bringing it to the system. The second one will launch on Game Pass next year. The remaster that's already out. A great game, by the way. If you've not played the first Ni no Kuni, I completely recommend downloading it immediately and trying it out. Danganronpa V3. That is in Game Pass now as well. They showed off a new Overwatch hero, Overwatch 2, Kiriko.
Yeah, she's a new support, but she's like a ninja. She's pretty cool.
I forgot Overwatch 2 is out on October 4th, so it's
coming out soon. Yeah,
2 weeks. Wow, interesting.
You think they'll have Ninja Rap as a song in the game?
What?
Stop it, Nate.
It's free to play. I was not a big Overwatch person the first. I don't know. Should I check this one out
you
quick?
Like shooters. I mean, you're like, this is like, okay, take this in the nicest way possible because it's endearing when I say it. You're like Forrest Gump in Halo. Like you kind of just walk through the battlefield and like just like everybody just dies around you, but like you're killing everybody. Like you throw a nade and you get like a triple and you're like, oh ha, I killed 3 of them. And we're like, how do you even see 3 of them? You know what I mean? Like Overwatch is a team-based shooter. Yes. So you're fit within a role. You can't just like frag out by yourself. You know what I mean?
I understand.
So I think for you, it's just like how much you want to rely on other
past
teammates.
Your team, past their team, turn around and see what you can do.
Yeah, maybe if you played Soldier.
Okay. Pick
or
Soldier.
Sojourn. Maybe you'd like Sojourn because she's got like a sniper attached to it. So I don't know. It's up to you and how much you want to rely on other people yelling at you.
Okay. No problem with that. I will, maybe I'll give it a shot. It's free to play. Hey, you never know.
I'm down to play some. I mean, I might be playing, so.
Okay, cool. It has crossplay, right? It has crossplay, I think. So I can grab it wherever and we can play.
I think it does, just not comp.
Yeah.
It's just not comp.
Okay, got it. Let's see. Aiden Chronicle 100 Heroes. They talked about that a bit. Coming to Game Pass 2023. Dyson Sphere Program. Forza Horizon 10-year anniversary. I forgot it's been 10 years since Forza Horizon was a thing. Yeah, that would have been 2012 on 360. Pal World. Then we had Assassin's Creed Odyssey, that going into Game Pass. We had Melodies of Steel. And Deathloop. Deathloop going to Game Pass next week on the 20th. I recommend checking out Deathloop. It is a good game. Golden Loop updates. By the way, I have complained about the Deathloop ending for about 11 months now.
So did everyone who played it.
Yep. This update extends the ending. So there you go. They have fixed the ending. We don't know what it looks like.
We don't know that yet. We can hope they fixed the ending.
They
extended it. So
yes.
Still there, but maybe there's
bullshit.
more.
So also, okay.
Yeah. So did you play through Deathloop, Click?
But I didn't want to play Deathloop because I was sick of the advertisement.
I recommend checking it out.
It's fun.
It's a good game.
Okay, so it was a game that was like I was interested in, and I got so sick of it. Then other games came out, and it went to my backlog. So it's like I'll play it eventually, but maybe I'll wait till they retcon it first.
Well, the update's out the same day on the 20th. So in a couple of days, it'll Tuesday. Is that Tuesday?
I still have a sealed copy. Of
I
game,
like
so
Deathloop. I think it was. I think the dialogue between the two characters was good. It was actually some of the more natural dialogue that we've seen between video game characters, and it was an interesting premise on the Groundhog kind of trope, Chrono Trigger trope. But the update's going to add some different enemies, new weapons, upgrades, and an extended ending. And they're going to have cross-platform matchmaking, so you can invade PlayStation gamers from Xbox and vice versa. Their worlds. So I don't know, not bad. Good to see Deathloop finally going to Xbox next week, right into Game Pass. Not bad for Microsoft. I mean, I didn't really have big expectations for Xbox in Japan to show up and just tear the roof off the place or anything. So
now let's get to the good stuff. Tokyo Game Show.
Okay, let's quickly talk about the good stuff.
One,
what do you got?
Silk Song was confirmed for PlayStation.
Everyone can name one thing because we.
I wasn't going to name that one then.
Okay, everyone can name one thing. Go ahead.
Silk Song. Konami is back.
No, are they?
Konami is back, and people are not ready to have this conversation yet.
They're
so
not.
We code in
they're
1
back.
and 2.
August, Cowabunga Collection. In September, they come out and they announce Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remaster. Looks phenomenal.
They didn't do Cowabunga Collection. They have the license for it. They have the
licensing. They opted to go to Digital Eclipse to make this game a reality. Konami
good choice.
Gets credit.
Yep, good choice.
Let's not poo-poo on Konami's efforts here, Sean. They may be making slow progress, but they are making progress.
I have to give them credit because it wasn't a pachinko machine.
Yeah, I can't give Konami. No, you get a little morsel of credit, but nothing beyond that.
Only a morsel for Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remaster, all platforms.
Sean, if Silent Hill gets announced in the next month, will you come back here and say, you know what, I was wrong? I'm going to give them credit.
I mean, they're still just licensing out, but that's fine as long as they're licensing their IP so that people can make the games that people want.
Okay. You know what, Nate? I got to give Konami a win here. This is better than I was expecting.
Is it? Damn. Low bar.
Mean, dude, they've shown up with some crazy stuff. Remember that trailer they put out? And they were like, wait a minute. What is this? Like a Fatal Frame? What is that? And it was a pachinko machine that rolled out from the shadows.
Yeah.
A lever.
I mean, they're coming back into the console scene. This is the start of it. Okay. Silent Hill will be announced. They have the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake in development.
Whoa, Sean, you hear that?
When they're going to announce it.
We will look, and you know what? It's right there with my Batman games on Switch. We will stay.
That Metal Gear Solid 3 remake happens.
Then yes, they're back.
You're gonna have to come back here with a 10-minute speech minimum.
That's fine. I'll make a fucking video about it.
Okay.
They're not back 100%, but it's encouraging to see multiple years now. Last year, Castlevania collection was fantastic. The year before, I think they had the other Castlevania stuff. So now maybe we
had the Contra collection.
Yeah, the Contra collection was good. So
sounds like a lot of collections are coming back.
And that's why I say they're not 100% back. Jordan, I agree with you.
They're building to it.
But it looks like they're building some steam. And this is what people have been asking for. Like, well, if you're not going to make anything, at least re-release your games. So people have been asking for this stuff. So, I mean, they're not 100% back. But it's something, and people do like this stuff. I mean,
better than nothing.
It's better than nothing, I guess, right?
Let's go to.
They delivered on their Tokyo Game Show. I mean, you had the early reports come out. It was stated it is not Castlevania, it is not Silent Hill, it is not Metal Gear Solid. It's another franchise. Some were kind of saying, well, it has to be Suikoden then. Others are thinking maybe something along the lines of a Contra, and it was always going to be Suikoden. Surprised a lot of people. I actually thought when the trademark had resurfaced that people were going to put one together, but it kind of got swept under the rug in some reporting.
We did. We covered on Newswave. You watch Newswave, I know. Go on.
Not everyone put those together. People kind of sitting there saying, these actually surfaced 3 to 6 months ago, so maybe this is just another odd coincidence. And the remaster looks absolutely phenomenal.
We got 2 more spots, two more things Tokyo Game Show takeaways. Anyone?
AEW showed off their game.
Oh my!
And they showed off 2 different things. There's going to be intergender wrestling, and when somebody jumps off the top rope, you can actually catch them on your shoulders.
I can't wait till next year to play that.
It says they say fall this year.
Sure.
We talked about. We already talked about Crisis Core. Sorry,
we talked about Crisis Core.
I'm making that my official pick. The Crisis Core gameplay was long and delicious.
I thought you were going to say Like a Dragon 8.
Oh, actually, yeah. Yes, you're right. Because Like a Dragon 8's going to actually have both of them together. Kiryu. Oh, yeah. Ichiban. Yeah. I'm going for that.
There you go. Okay.
Naruto's going to be in there, too.
Octopath Traveler. We got that.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. No one's going to say Street Fighter 6.
I was
this is a return to form. This game.
I'm not a big fighting game guy, though. So
this game looks phenomenal.
Street Fighter 6 looks absolutely incredible. I agree.
Everything about it, the art, the facial expressions, the character models, the fighting, how the music changes based on the damage done to your opponent or where your health bar is in a fight. This is a dynamic fighting game, and they know they have a winner on their hands.
I'm not even a big fighting game guy, and even I'm like, wow, okay, that looks pretty good.
No, it looks great. I'm looking forward to it.
I like
and
they have that
roster.
arcade set, the roster. Yep.
Yeah, the roster is fantastic. They're bringing back. You got new characters. You got some old characters coming back.
Honda, like, Dalzim, Ken,
DJ's in there. So and they're gonna have DLC. You know they're gonna have a ton of DLC.
Oh yeah, they'll have a couple seasons worth of that. Yeah.
You got like an open world mode where you're like running around and like it's probably gonna suck, but it's cool that it's in there. You know.
I like how you can just like do moves like while you're walking around. I think that's
cool. Just beat the crap out.
I am gonna give Street Fighter 6 a chance when it comes out. I'll see. I'm not a big fighting game person. I'll give it a shot.
The beta's coming up, man. October 7th.
It is a revolution from Street Fighter 5. Let's just say that right now. It is a complete 180 from Street Fighter 5.
Yes.
There was a viral tweet that said Street Fighter 6 is so good, it looks like an apology for Street Fighter 6 or for 5.
It kind of is, right?
It kind of is, though. Wait a minute. Hold up here. I don't think they're far off from that. It actually, I think it kind of is. Like, all the commentators that are going to be in there, so it gives like that authentic tournament feel as well. Like it's incredible. And I don't know about the whole Sony deal, but like the fact that it is, it's going to be on Xbox and PlayStation and everything, that's great as well for like the community. For I think there's cross-platform play, so that's good. So that's, although it's not on Xbox One, it's just on Xbox Series, but it's on PS4. It's on PS4, PS5, PC. So it's going to be a lot of people playing.
Shout out to Tokyo Game Show. It was a fun week. There's a lot of stuff happening, so it was good to see. We have some super chats here, and then we also have Discord questions left, after which we will make our way to the after show with Sean. So we'll go through these. Evan, you want to hit with some Discord questions?
You can try to blaze through these. The State of Play showed a bunch of Japanese-focused games. Do you think there's a chance Japan Studio makes a comeback? I think that's a no, right? Everyone went to Team Asobi.
Team Asobi is what you got now. Yeah. So that's kind of it. Hey, we'll see what they have. I think they'll do some PSVR 2 stuff, and I think they'll do another new game. So I think they're working on at least 2 things right now.
I think what we could see, though, maybe we see a resurrection of the Gravity Rush IP if something goes down with that movie. Or
cool.
It could happen.
That'd be pretty cool.
Westernize that thing like crazy. I'm ready.
Yeah, it's probably.
No, what happened to the jump button? No, good.
After seeing Rise of Ronin get announced with the 2024 release window, would you rather see games get announced with no release window and come out 3 years later, or games get announced with a release window of over a year?
I don't. You know what? If they want to announce a game early, whatever. As long as they're at least confident the thing's going to come out, I really don't mind if they want to announce something early anymore.
The views on that Rise of Ronin trailer were insane. So I think community wise, it definitely seems like people enjoy a fun tease, even if the date is like on the moon.
With the PS5 stock shortage in Japan, how long do you think the PS4 is going to live on for Japanese developers?
Yeah, that's still going. Remember?
Probably it might make it into 2024.
It will.
There is no stock shortage. It's a bunch of people that are jacking PS5s. No, there is a stock shortage, but I'm just saying there's a bunch of people that are jacking PS5s and import and like taking them and putting them in like China and other parts of like Asia and stuff. Like literally they're getting their stock stolen, not stolen, but people are buying it up and they're shipping it to other parts. Like it's ridiculous what's going on there.
Like you didn't like the idea of just seeing stuff super early?
I mean, I feel like we've complained on this show before about showing things too early. I mean, we were just complaining about also like with Pikmin. Like, I don't know.
Oh no, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with Pikmin.
I'm not a huge fan. I'm not a huge fan of showing it like 3 or 4 years. Like, I'd rather have
it with Breath of the Wild
3.
No, I'm not a fan. They could have waited on Breath of the Wild 2. That's great that it was there, but they could have freaking waited.
Okay, I feel okay. I'm gonna preface this. Anything shown in 2019, I can have grace and mercy on, with it taking a while to come out. Like, I feel like we're really downplaying what 2020 and 2021 was really like. Like, you actually think back to that was like rough. But other than that, like, I don't know. Metroid Prime, in a way.
They showed that too early. They weren't confident.
Are we okay with it or not? I mean, they were confident. They were confident then, but then they had to scrap it. Bayonetta,
and like I was like, cool, but it's
3?
we're just sitting here waiting for forever. I mean, I rather have, if I have an option, if they said, hey, you can
Final
wait.
Fantasy VII Remake?
Yeah, I'd rather have them wait, because I think the announcement of having it and then like it comes out like within a year is super hype. You know, within one, like that's hype whenever that happens. So
if you announce early, I think you need a roadmap where you're giving an update every 6 months, even if it's just a minimal update.
I would say
to provide fans.
Yeah. Or like a grace of 2 years if you have a roadmap. Like I would say most 2 years. Like if it's intentional, like we're gonna show this thing 2 years before it's ready. You know what I mean? Yeah. And even then you're still well into development.
Go ahead, Evan.
The singer and guitarist from Trivium stated in an interview with Loudwire that he would love to create the soundtrack for a new Doom game. What do you think that would sound like versus what Mick Gordon did for Doom? I think Metal Hellsinger is the closest we're getting right now for that kind of thing.
He did music in Hellsinger.
Yeah.
That game's great, by the way. I reviewed it. It's great.
It'd be Doom, but faster. It'd sound like Doom circa Metallica-esque.
Oh, all right.
Let's see. This one's for Sean for some reason. Have you thought about modding arcade 1-ups? They run on Android apparently.
What?
There's a big scene. There's a big scene for that.
What the hell was that?
More on that in the after show, I guess.
Maybe you should stop smoking, Sean. Maybe you should stop smoking.
It's the phlegm for me.
The countercades are easily hackable now. I have a Raspberry Pi in one of my hackable.
I can't hear anything else he's saying. Like I'm just gonna hear that noise in my sleep tonight.
Good.
Somebody clip that and send it to me. I'm gonna make that my ringtone anytime he DMs me.
Just your message sound. Do you think Nintendo intended to release Metroid Prime Remastered in November but pulled it from the Direct because there's still nothing to show for Metroid Prime 4?
No. They're just gonna drop that thing on Twitter one day. They don't have to address Metroid Prime 4.
All right.
That's how I would do it. If I didn't want to address Metroid Prime 4, it's on Twitter. There you go.
OJ went to throw up.
Do I need to play the older Valkyrie games to understand or play Elysium?
I don't think so, but the nice thing is it'll come with I think you get Lenneth for one of the packages, so just get that and you'll get one of the older ones.
That's a good game.
There you go. It'll come with it.
Right.
Or you can buy it separately. I think it's like $10 or $20.
All right, we have someone looking for suggestions to pick up a game in the time between January and March. He's looking for games with good character writing, character mechanics, and interactions. I guess he's just looking for a big RPG.
Between January and March, I mean, Fire Emblem's right there.
He says Octopath Traveler 2 is in it, or Fire Emblem Engage is what he's looking at.
Fire Emblem for sure.
Fire Emblem looks like the one.
If the stories of Octopath are interlinked, I mean, if you like the 2D HD, that could be a good one too.
Can I customize the character in Fire Emblem? Like, can I change the hair or no? Is that like
boy
the
or
hair?
girl?
Yeah, and I don't want the red and blue hair.
It's pretty limited, especially in 2022.
What?
It's just
it'll be in 2023 though.
The other characters you can change the like clothing and stuff like that. I don't know if you can do hair, but they did show off like character customization like with the clothing and all that.
Wow.
That's probably like limited.
Boycott
like
Fire Emblem.
Was.
That's
seriously.
Disgusting.
And last one, good book recommendations. Any genre or topic is fine.
Sean.
The complete Sega 32X guide available on Amazon right now.
Why did you have that just conveniently on your desk?
Evan mentioned this question before we went live, and Sean was like, "Oh, good, my book's right here." I'm like, "Why is it on your desk next to your?"
Why wouldn't it be?
Go ahead.
Serious answer. Anything by Jim.
That is
Butcher?
a serious answer.
No, fuck Sean. Fuck his stupid ass book. Anyway, so anything by Jim Butcher, his Dresden Files or Furies of Calderon. This stuff is awesome. 6-book series. His other book series is 20 books. Anything by Brandon Sanderson. This is Alloy of Law, Mistborn franchise. Fantastic. Seriously, everything by Brandon Sanderson. Crazy magic. People get punched. This probably touches a titty and vomits in this book. It's great.
Yeah, well, fuck all those books, and you guys should get the Digimon official trading card game guide
Now
book.
we're talking.
100%.
And it tells you about all the vintage cards, and you can learn all about it. This is great reading. I learned a lot from this.
I'm gonna go through the.
I'd recommend Stephen King.
I've read all 50. I've read all 52 Stephen King books. They're good.
I'm gonna go through some of these super chats somewhat quickly so we can get to the after show with Sean, where we probably elaborate on one or two of these a bit further. I think Ghost Sniper says Nate's been wrong so many times at this point, bro. But Pyro said Nate can address more of that in the after show. Pyro says, why are people mad? Shake my head. Predictions happen. Big deal. Juice Man Vaughn says, Nate, so do you think you should take any responsibility for what you say when it doesn't happen?
If I put it out as something that is happening as a valid report, then I would take responsibility if it doesn't happen. If I'm giving a prediction of what I hope can happen, I don't understand what is there to take responsibility for. If someone can explain to that in a coherent point that actually has a valid base, then I would listen to it. But it's like saying someone like, man, I hope the Giants win the football game tomorrow, and then they're not winning, and me saying, God damn you promised me they win. No, you didn't. I just said I hope they win.
Giants got a new swagger this year. Don't be sleeping on them.
Nate, sometimes it is a bit confusing because sometimes you say like, I know there's Silent Hill. I hope Konami shows it. It's difficult to tell where that's at.
But that's me saying I know the game exists. I hope they announce it.
I know,
it's
but
not me saying that they're going to announce it in the immediate future. I can know of a project and guess when it's going to be revealed.
I know. I'm just playing devil's advocate. Sometimes your messaging is a little bit unclear when you talk about a game, and then it's sometimes like, okay, this is one he's saying is going to be there. This is one he's saying he hopes going to be there. It gets muddled sometimes.
But that's like why in the last predictions, which has caused all this controversy, we separate it with no predicts. I don't know how to make any clearer of a line than that. The only other clear line is, I guess, to have the episode, what I know in the direct, and then it just ends because we can't speculate of what could be there. That's the distinction. I don't understand what people want. And if you ask for them to give clarity on that, all they say is, you're always wrong. Shut the fuck up. I don't touch grass because I'm a loser. And it's great.
Do they really say all of that? That's
impressive.
No, usually they have like some sort of gibberish because they don't know how to actually write. And they misspell basic words like the.
Paulie says more Metroid, Zelda, DK, less Xeno, Fire Emblem, JRPG, farming simulators. Glenn says, Nate doing a very poor job of owning yours and Jeff Grubb's mistake for Metroid Prime prediction instead of Nate the hate, Nate the backtracker.
Why do I have to?
Save it for the after show.
Earl says,
why do I have to own Grub? I don't understand this.
Drink it, Nate.
Earl says, still hoping that Crisis Core Union gives us the option to play with the original English. Through Rick Gomez will always be Zach for me. The Andrew says best event of the week was the RGG showcase. Dragon says, what if Brian Wonderhorse came on ESPN and said, I'm predicting LeBron James is getting traded to the Knicks today. Then when it didn't, he says, well, I was just guessing. No idea why Knicks fans got such high expectations.
First off, we don't want LeBron James. Second off, this question designed for Nate, but he said the Knicks, so I had to interject myself.
Banana says the fact that Capcom gives the option to remove the filter on the remaster shows they are better than Square Enix at that. Tactics Ogre smoothed. Yeah, it's kind of a shame they don't have a way to turn that off. At least from what I've seen. Who knows? Maybe it'll surprise us with a patch. Hardiman says Lunar 1 and 2 pulled from the US Genesis Mini, but Elysius Dragoon also made by Game Arts suddenly on NSO. Grandia already Switch, Lunar Switch ports. Ooh.
Well,
I'd be okay with that.
There's that kind of. I mean, now that the fucking Karma, or what's the engine name? Not Karma. Karma engine was the Amico engine that didn't exist. The fucking engine that Carbon.
Carbon. Yeah, MVG's engine's Carbon.
Yeah, they can do PS1 stuff now, so maybe.
Bad Gamer says, ever since Kirby Forgotten Land, Walmart no longer takes $10 off physical games. They still do it for any game that doesn't come out before. Any reason for this? They actually stopped doing it for a lot of games, and I think Walmart was doing that originally just to get people in the door, and they realized it didn't really do a lot, so they're like, yeah, it's enough of that. Like with PS5 games, they used to mark them down a certain percentage. They don't do that anymore either. So unfortunate, because that was a nice little way to save some money. Let me go around here as I finish up with just like 3 or 4 super chats left. Let's go to Miss Click. Where can everyone find you?
Yeah, thanks for having me. You can find me here on YouTube as Miss Click Gaming, or you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/MissClick_live. Gonna be playing a bunch of Splatoon, probably leading up to some of these other games that are coming out. I'm very excited for. And then also obviously talking about Zelda lore, even though I know you guys don't give 2 freaking shits about it. But yeah, other than that, you can just follow me on social media as Miss Click, and yeah.
Go to, this is from Rican, who says, This is from a kid says, no need to hate on Nate or leakers. People should chill. Learn how rumors and predictions work. We do get more excited, though, due to y'all's credibility. There you go.
That is a logical and rational point.
That sounds like a Nate super chat. Let's be honest here.
Nate, get off your ult.
Nate is so hot. I want to see his beautiful face.
Who said that?
I don't know.
David says Nate is a Kurok. Xbox lost PlayStation Snake Eater remake, Zelda ports, Metroid Prime 1.
What does that even mean?
Arkham on Switch. When do you decide you've heard us enough, Nate? Matt Tanui says, hey, man, I know GoldenEye coming out finally is an important in-game culture, but let's not get it twisted. Perfect Dark was better in every way. Perfect Dark was on the Xbox already, 360. It was very good. Steve says, anybody play new Half-Life 2 VR mod? It's amazing. I have not.
I saw about 10 minutes of gameplay. It looks great. It's weird how well it plays, actually.
Heck says, was RGT's casting couch comments the reason Spawncast 282 was delayed from podcast platforms? It might have been. Apple might have dinged us for that. And been like, hold on, what's this? Yeah. Donovan says, when is GoldenEye coming to Switch? September, October. It just said soon. I'm hoping it's this year. I'm hoping it's not like next year or something.
I mean, the curious thing is we don't have an N64 game for September.
Oh, there you go. So
it doesn't mean GoldenEye is going to be it. It's just
everyone heard Nate say it, right?
Haven't dated one.
Yeah, GoldenEye confirmed.
Curious.
Write it down, everyone. Be mad later.
I can't wait to see it on a YouTube channel in an hour.
Sakon says, hear that, OJ? RGT wants something meteor. Ghost Sniper says, Nate, you were wrong on several Xbox Nintendo rumors. Stop it. If you're taken serious on Reddit gaming leaks for a reason, you always hide behind it and say this. I think you're
No, I'm back. They actually sourced me last week when I said the Nintendo Direct was not delayed due to the Queen's death, and they would announce it on Monday for a presentation on Tuesday. And I think all of that happened. So the only joke here was your donation.
Yo. All right, fine. Nate, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on YouTube at Nate the Hate and on Twitter at Nate the Hate, followed by the number 2. Okay. And on the after show after this.
Yep. Banana says, to the dude that said that Nate is not taken seriously in gaming leaks, my dude, you're a Redditor. Go back to tipping your fedora.
Oh, no. Wow.
Banana, no.
Damn.
Oh, man. Banana's not having it. And wait, did I get... Let me see if I... Let me go over to Max, Dreamcast Guy. Where can everyone find you?
YouTube.com/Dreamcast Guy. Tomorrow I have a video going up about the oh god, I'm spacing. What's that? What is it? What's the demo? What was it? Wulong Fallen Dynasty demo. Yes, I know. I'm forgetting. Yeah, I have a video about that. And Monday I have a review of Diofield Chronicle.
Okay, and let me go to Jordan. Where can everyone find you?
You can find me on my YouTube channel, Jordan Fringe, where I talk about cartoons and TV shows, and then soon my gaming channel is going to have some content, so I'll make an announcement on that fairly soon. Thanks for having me.
I'm trying to figure out how I see a membership one that went through. I gotta figure that out. Let me go over to OJ Player. Where can everyone find you, man?
Find me right here on YouTube. Also run the pre-show, so thanks for coming out to that. I got some cool stuff coming up. Bayonetta is going to be awesome. Nier Automata on the Switch. We're going to be looking at that and a bunch of other stuff from Tokyo Game Show that I've been covering as well. Octopath Travelers. So it's looking pretty cool. Also got some Fire Emblem stuff that I've done already, and there will be more Fire Emblem content. So shout out to everybody who's coming through on the streams. Appreciate that. Also stream daily as well, Monday through Saturday. So if you want to come through on the streams or watch the videos, pretty much content almost every single day. So thanks for having me on. Appreciate that.
I think I missed T-Joe's member message. If you want to, T-Joe, you want to type that into the chat in there. We'll see if we can, Evan, see if he can spot it. Okay. Real quick.
No pressure. Time limit.
Yeah. Evan, while we're at it, why don't you let everyone know where they can find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Kimmerix Project. If I'm streaming, I'll usually post there. Projects I'm working on, I'll post there. It's just general random shit. Just want to see what I'm doing. I'll usually talk about it there.
Sean, you got the after show thing?
Yeah, he linked it.
Yeah, after show.
Okay, cool.
On there.
Real quick, these are over at Streamlabs. D-Max says, I love the show. By the way, MVG's GOAT. He'll be back next week. Break says, since the Direct didn't include Metroid Remake, we see a Twitter drop closer to the 20th anniversary of the game. You think that has plenty of release around Metroid Prime 4? I think it's actually possible they could put it on Twitter, but yeah, we'll see. Jeff says, Nate, the issue with your predictions is you are presented as a leaker of games, and it's considered improper to predict things you leak. Best case, you get everything right, and you should have should as a leaker. Worst case, you get nothing right. Your leaks suck. With an A.
You see, that's the thing. That none of that is anything I can change. That's the public's perception.
Or can you?
I try to by saying this is what I know and this is what we're predicting.
That's the problem.
Okay.
You ever think of that?
I think this is from Ghost, who says, "Get off Nate's tip, donating $5 for you, bro."
You wish you could touch my tip.
That's from. That was to Banana. That was to Banana.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't be jealous that Banana's on my tip and you're not.
Did we get Tijo's message?
I have not seen it, no.
Tijo, we will reconvene here next Saturday night for your message. If you want to let us know. We're going to head over to Sean's after show here in the next couple of minutes. Thanks everyone for joining us tonight. It was a lot of fun. Had a good week with TGS. So we'll be back next Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. See what we have then. Hopefully Silent Hill, so Nate can beat MVG to the punch, but we'll see.
Doors.
Somehow I'm going to be
something
blamed that I said that.
Backroom casting couch.
Go area.